everybody. It is wonderful to see all of you today. Thank you so much for joining us. This music is very jaunty, so I sort of feel like I should be doing something very jaunty. It's wonderful to have you all. Thank you so much for joining us for today's episodes of A State of Affairs. I mostly remember what happened last week because I looked over my notes and the answer was a lot. Really, yeah. There was just a whole bunch that happened with all of these characters, and we have made some new characters, some new secondary characters that you will all get to meet to add into the mix, because obviously more people have become important to the story. But I think we'll kind of leave those for some revelations as the story continues. A few things that I want to point out and announce. There's information that is available both in chat as well as in the panel below about Black Lives Matter. It is currently happening. Please pay attention to it and learn about it and take a moment if you have not already. I would be very surprised if you've missed it, but if you have, now is your opportunity to have not missed it, and to understand what is happening and why it is so important. And take a moment to donate to an organization, whether it is your time, your energy, or your money, and make change happen. To that end, also, tonight, I'm going to pass this part to Trooper so you can tell us what is happening after today's stream.
Hi, I'm Trooper SJP. You may know me from such amazing things as A State of Affairs.
It is indeed amazing. Yes.
But what you may not know about me is that on the offs time, when I am not streaming, although with Corona, it's all now on stream, but in the other time, I am a university professor of music history, and I specialize in popular music studies, African American music, gender, sexuality, race, etc., and I teach, among many other things, the history of African American music, and I'm going to be doing a fundraiser tonight, starting at 10 p.m. Eastern on my channel, Trooper SJP, wherein I will give you a 3-hour, maybe a little bit longer lecture of the condensed version of my course, just looking at music and the Black Civil Rights Movement and the ways in which music has been used for protest, civil rights, focusing on the 60s, but I'm lying. I'm probably going to start in the 30s and end now. But
I am genuinely so excited.
Yeah, that sounds so incredible. So you said you're fundraising. You didn't say what it was about.
Yeah. It's a fundraiser for the Bail Project, part of Cipher of Tears team, and the Bail Project gives bail money to people. A lot of people are being arrested and given bail money. And if you are not a person that does not have a lot of money, $500 or $1,000 can be a lot. If you cannot pay it, then you're stuck in jail for who knows how long. So this is really helpful to sort of fight against mass incarceration and help people who are struggling and protesting. So I'll be doing this fundraiser on my channel an hour after we end our channel, and maybe I'll do my fundraiser in this outfit. I don't know. We will see. I mean, we'll see.
Very classy. The link for Trooper's channel is in this chat. We will remind you all again about that happening both at the break and also at the end of the show, and I hope to see all of you there. But with that, let's do a quick introduction then of our other lovely players here, and then we'll just jump into our story unless anyone has, feel free to say anything or add anything else that you need to, you do you. Let's start with Lexi. You were unprepared.
Coming in so hot. Hi, I'm Lexi Games. I'm very angry all the time right now, so I don't think that I'm the best person to listen to. So please listen to people like Trooper, who are composed and calm and have done extensive amounts of research. But also, it is Pride Month, and as a queer woman, the least I can do is raise money. So if you would like to donate, we are raising money for Trans Lifeline this month. Black trans folk are especially in danger. So that provides a lifeline for them. They refuse to call the police on them if they are in danger, as to not further endanger their life. So super incredible. So if you want to drop by after you drop by, Troopers, at any time, we're raising money the entire month of June. So that's all. Keep fucking doing what you're doing. I can curse on this show, so.
Yeah.
Except when you're in character. When you're in character, you shouldn't curse, because that would not be ladylike.
Imagine if Florence just dropped the F-bomb.
I would love it. Florence is like, and then you get negative reputation tag. Boom.
I feel like your mother would just die on the spot if you did that.
That's how she died.
Like, oh my god, genius. Bonsai.
Oh, it's me. Okay, hi. Hi, everybody. My name is Bonsai Baby. I just mostly do weird stuff online, basically making things. If you want to learn how to make things out of wood, you can go ahead and check me out. And my Twitter, of course, has been filled with the Black Lives Matters movement right now, because this is an important part of history that we are being part of, contributing. And if you can't go outside, it's okay. You can still spread the word, donate to various different charities, and of course, also check out Trooper's stream tonight. You know, just saying, hint, hint. But
and if you can, catch it live, because the VOD will not work. Because I'll be playing a lot of music that is all under copyright. And yes, it is fair use as an academic, but Twitch will not care. So the VOD will be muted all day long, so see it live if you can.
I wonder if there's a way you could, like, record it separately.
I think you can record and
I can record it separately if
And
you
then,
need
like-
me to, Trooper. I have.
And then putting it up
OBS
somewhere.
I'll DM you.
Well, just
I'll just see.
I was just like, I feel like there's a way that this. Okay, anyway.
yeah. But yeah,
And
just catch me
finally, Murgles.
Oh, hi. Hi, I'm Murgles. Go watch Trooper's thing this evening. Go to his stream. Go learn as much as possible. Go donate your time and your energy and your money. He deserves every second of it, and everybody deserves every second of it. So thank you so much.
All right, let us begin our story.
wait, who are you?
Oh, I'm Random Tuesday. I'm your facilitator for today.
Okay.
It's not important. I am here to merely facilitate whatever monstrous. You've all been conspiring without me. I don't know what they're doing. They're up to shenanigans as players. Up to shenanigans. So far in our story, we have had a lot of revelations. There's been a lot of conflicts. Like, the core central conflicts are basically, I would say, that Edward's father and family are terrible. The circus is in town. There's something up with Charles / Charlotte. And Florence is a conniving young lady that her mother very much wants her to get married, but she does not want to for some reason. Possibly because there's something up with Charles. I think I covered all the major stuff. And then Cuthbert is just a delight, and everybody loves him.
Except for society, who's like, could you tone it down? Wait, where's my fan?
Well, society is the worst.
Because the answer is no, I cannot tone it down at all.
Oh, I guess there's there's also, like, maybe love affairs happening between a lot of different people, but we'll just cover it. If anyone's confused or lost, like, we'll go back over it. But that leads us to possibly the most important event that I think we've been building up to at this point for about 3 episodes. I think it's time. It's time for that payoff. Last week Heinrich got shot. People are in the hospital. There's private investigators coming. But more importantly, the circus is in town. Specifically, the theater, the Savannah Players. They are here to put on the finest performance ever seen on this side of the pond. You know, the Atlantic Ocean. I feel like that's what they would say. They are just so excited. So over at the estate of dear Florence and Cuthbert, at the Ashby estate, we find ourselves. The circus is there. They have, at this point, left the Pembroke estate. You know, obviously they're still staying there, but, you know, they've brought all of their stuff over to the Ashby estate, and they've set up their tent, and they, you know, the sort of stage area, pulling a rig in. But I think we see it very early on in the day, and that's where we'll start. But we're gonna kind of imagine our whole scene's gonna take place here. I'm gonna stop this accent at the sort of the circus as they're beginning to get set up for the day. We see, like, horses. There's definitely an elephant. There's a lot of people milling about, setting up things. There's, like, people talking loudly at each other, and there's a lot of commoners about. Really, that's perhaps one of the most alarming things. So many commoners, because they're all part of the circus. You know, actors and performers and things.
They're like American commoners, aren't they?
Oh, they're all American. They don't have any regard for proper, ness. They're like, hey, you lady
benefit.
over there to like Florence, I need you to get me a blah blah blah, and then they're very rude. Oh wait,
delightful.
sorry. Are you? Yeah. So what in the meantime are any of you up to? Like, are Florence and Cuthbert? Are the two of you there? Because there's some pre-time. The actual performance is happening in the evening.
I assume Florence is there. I like to think since Florence and Cuthbert are on kind of good terms right now that maybe we are kind of like gossiping about the circus behind the circus's back while they're setting
Are
up.
you just like
Yes.
sitting there on the patio with like your tea?
Was that a zebra?
I'm not certain, actually. Quite strange. Now, tell me, what do you think about their manners?
What manners are you talking about, Cuthbert? I've yet to see any.
Oh, my. So, what do you think that they're called the players? Do you think they'll do Shakespeare?
Do you think, oh, Cuthbert, I don't know how to say this very nicely. Do you think they know what Shakespeare is?
I don't
They're
know.
doing Titus Andronicus.
Oh, they're doing Titus and... Oh, that's why there's a splash zone. Oh.
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 Do we have an umbrella?
I know you have a parasol, as do I, actually.
It's like lace. It does nothing, but I like start searching for it.
Look, I need your advice. I have a plan. Or shall we say a plot.
Right?
I'm going to... I don't yet quite know how to work it, and I thought, being that you are somewhat ingenious, and sometimes, at least in the past, you have been a tad scheming in the best possible way, I want to stage something.
There is a stage inside already, Cuthbert.
Yes, but I want to stage something a bit more dramatic. Probably less blood, although actually, I don't know. I want your advice on that.
Blood, Cuthbert.
Well,
Cuthbert.
listen, it's about Edward Pembroke.
What about Edward Pembroke?
Well, he's my chum now, isn't he? So, he's my chum, and he's in a bit of a bad state. Well,
I did see him leaving in your ascot the other day, Cuthbert.
oh, it did look quite good on him, don't you think?
I don't know if pastels are really Edward's colors, Cuthbert.
You know, I think that pastels do him quite well. Listen, I think if we could convince him to wear a nice paisley waistcoat one of these days, then...
Wait, does this have anything to do with your plan, Cuthbert?
No.
Did you get distracted?
I did get distracted. But I think a very nice pastel paisley on that young man would brighten him up a little bit. He can be ever so moody.
Of course, I will, if I ever have the opportunity to speak to Edward about his wardrobe, run it by him. Or perhaps we could just send him a gift.
Oh, yes. So, I want to stage a reputation intervention on our dear Edward.
Of course. Well, I don't think Edward deserves this nasty reputation his father has given him.
Indeed. So, here are my thoughts. We have the opportunity of, well, a play or a circus or a burlesque, whatever this thing might be.
A burlesque, Cuthbert! Hold your tongue!
Well, I don't know what they're going to do. I know they have can-can dances. I don't know what else.
So sweatily wiping my brow as I get more nervous. Oh, continue, Cuthbert.
For all I know, it might be a burlesque Titus Andronicus, which seems like... Seems
With
like
enough
something...
champagne,
very
that
interesting.
could be entertaining enough.
I imagine there'll be murder and also...
elephant.
Yes, I don't... Well, look, here's what I'm thinking. The entire miserable town of Mayford will be here, right?
Yes.
Including Miss Marjorie with her cats. Well, I don't think she'll bring her cats, although she might bring one. She usually does in a basket.
Oh, okay, yes. Why are we bringing up Miss Marjorie? Everybody brings up Miss Marjorie when they talk about me getting married.
Oh, I wasn't even bringing up you getting married.
Okay, perfect. Why are we talking about Miss Marjorie?
Because she's a gossip and she tells everyone everything all the time.
Okay, and we want...
If everyone's
Marjorie.
going to be here, including Miss Margaret and also Millie, well, everyone, You know what that means? That means if we could stage some sort of brilliant thing where Edward does something dramatic to improve his reputation, perhaps save someone from a falling something or other, then everyone will see how
Cuthbert, this seems very dangerous considering that
There's an elephant.
Yes, indeed.
Edward's Scandalous family will be present.
Right. So all we have to do is somehow show that he is evolved past his family. Oh, perhaps he could challenge his father to a duel.
With real
Does Edward
swords.
duel? Well, something.
I don't know if Edward duels.
Ooh.
Didn't Edward save your life? Does he carry a sword? Did he fight the boar?
Well, he shot the boar.
He shot it.
Well, then Charles shot
You can't
it.
duel your father with a gun.
Well, you can duel pistols, actually. It is done. But I thought that really just like perhaps swords to first blood. You know, something not lethal. So this way he doesn't have to kill his father, but he could defend some sort of honor, he could show himself to be honorable, we could expose his father as, well, if we expose his father as being too dishonorable, that will still blow back on Edward.
Yes.
But nonetheless, just some sort of duel, some sort of thing that will prove his honor. This is what I'm thinking, in front of everyone.
I think a duel is rather risky, Cuthbert. I will say that. I think perhaps it could go awry. What if we have a murder in our estate? And instead, what if we do find perhaps a loose something or other, or a very sleepy elephant, and I am in peril accidentally.
Yes. If you were accidentally in peril,
Yes.
with quotation marks, but curly-Q quotation marks, a very worrying sort of way, then perhaps he could rescue you in front of everyone, and that would then sort of prove his gallantry.
If the time is right, you say our secret phrase, and I will fall into action. Do you remember our secret phrase?
Of course I remember asking. From when we were children?
Yes, from when we were children.
I do remember. And I also loved how it rhymed so. It's a little couplet.
It is a little couplet. Would you perhaps recite it for me?
Perfectly in iambic pentameter as well.
Indeed, it was perfectly iambic. It was like the last little refrain of a sonnet, but in a saucy sort of way. A bit fun.
Wasn't it about worms, Cuthbert?
It was about worms, indeed. Well, I shan't say it now because I think we should wait until the moment.
Yes.
So I'm thinking perhaps you could find a moment to be imperiled, and then I'm sure that.
I am feeling a bit faint, Cuthbert.
Ooh, if you were to faint, listen, I'm somewhat famous. I know I could find some sort of excuse to perchance get you on stage, or get us both on stage in some way that.
Oh, Cuthbert, I don't think I would like to be on stage with some other players and their blood and their kicking.
Well, not the blood part, perhaps, but some other moment. We could have you be like perhaps sitting in as the queen or something, and in a sort of space of honor or something like this, and then you can just be there, and then something terribly dramatically dangerous might be able to happen, and perhaps I could help push something, and then you'll be rescued right at the last
What
moment.
if Edward does not rescue me? And I die, Cuthbert?
Well, first off, that would not do. I'm sure he would.
Of course it would not do. I would be dead.
And I wouldn't like that at all. So, I think.
I agree. If you can come up with a more flushed out plan, because this one is as bare bones as it could possibly be, then I will agree to it.
Look, we just
You
start
say
with.
the couplet, and I will agree.
All right.
Later
you
on,
will be
you just-
imperiled, and then Edward would save you. But we can't tell him about it because we told him. Then it wouldn't feel authentic, and he wouldn't do it anyway. So we'll be inspired. Something, an elephant, something, danger, success.
I'm going to need some more of that champagne, Cuthbert.
Oh, no problem at all.
Thank you very much.
But don't worry, we'll keep you safe, and we'll keep you honorable, and we'll keep him honorable, and. The only problem is I really do love a scene, but everyone here hates a scene, but they really do love a scene.
What if it's not a scene per se, but an accidental scene? Not a put-on, overdrawn scene,
yes.
but, a scene, because all life is like a scene.
Yes, and the men and women, and also people who are neither men nor women, but or both, are merely players.
Very well spoken.
Thank you. That was Shakespeare. The Americans wouldn't know about it. Would you? No?
They can't hear us when we talk in our funny accents, Cuthbert.
That's true. There's no way we could understand what we're saying.
I'm sorry, did you say something over there? We're a little busy. You want to help us move some things?
Why, yes.
Something, yes, of course. William!
William, would you... We want to help move something. William, would you do it for us? Let me get that champagne for you. I'm going to get the champagne, and that's my helping, while William, who's probably 87 years old, helps move things.
Pointing, there. No. There.
But I will just peruse to see if I can find something that might be dramatic, like, some sort of set falling or something. Just something that might just want to sort of set things up so that we can imperil my sister in a way that won't actually imperil, but will spur on our dear Edward to perhaps save her life in a dramatic and honorable way. Also, I will make sure we have swords. I have swords. So, I mean, of course, I do enjoy sword fighting. Anyway, But I do have a brace of swords that we could use in case there were a duel.
Sorry, I don't think you meant to.
I did. Of course I did.
You're still talking to Florence at this point. She's gone. She's off bossing people around. You're just over there mumbling about sword fighting to yourself. What is champagne in your hand?
William, what's going on? Why are these people on our property?
Are you all right, ma'am?
What are you doing? What is this? Here.
I think your filter's not working properly.
Oh,
It keeps cutting you in and out. You gotta be deeper.
I will speak lower. So sorry. What are you doing here? This is my land and property.
No, ma'am,
Cuthbert?
they're performers.
Cuthbert!
Cuthbert, did we forget to tell Mother about the circus, Cuthbert?
Cuthbert!
Oh, Mother? Yes? Mother?
What is this?
What?
This?
Oh.
This? What are we
Yes.
doing? What is this? Where did you get the money for this?
Oh, no, this was a gift. From Charles. Mother?
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. William, I need another cup of tea, please.
Ma'am, you really shouldn't be out. There's a lot going on. There's an elephant over there, and you need
No.
We're having a
tonic
theater.
and your tea.
Willem, you didn't even
Perhaps-
tell me about all of this, and then
Well, I
Florence
assume you
as
knew
well.
it was in your signature.
Mother, here's the thing. As you know, you are the Viscountess of this entire village. And the most important person, our family, well, we are the ruling gentry from this area. So, of course, if there's going to be some sort of event for the village, for the people, it must needs be housed at our estate. We have the best estate out of all the estates in the entire county.
I see, but why all these poor people about?
I don't. Well,
Don't
Mother,
worry, we'll clean up after them.
I don't mean to scandalize you further, Mother, but they're not poor. They're American. Yes, I know.
I need to. William, please take me to my study. This is.
Mother, I think they're doing
Cuthbert.
Shakespeare.
They know Shakespeare.
Well, of a sort. I don't know if you actually want to see it. My understanding is that there's an elephant. I think it's some sort of new staging. I'm not.
Oh my goodness. As long as you can send them back, of course. You have your whimsies. First it was your book, and then it was, of course, the Scandalous. Don't tell me the gardener is here as well.
No, but I'm hoping he might be. I sent off perhaps an invitation. I mean, I'm certain he might be here. Oh, sorry, no, I meant to know. Of course he won't be here, Mother. I'm behaving.
Come, ma'am. You need your rest. I wouldn't want you to get a shock that might, remember what the doctor said.
Shh.
Wait,
It's just...
William, what did the doctor
sir.
say?
William?
He
William?
said that she needs her rest.
Yes, of course. And then you are all going to be the death of me. The death of me. Your poor mother.
He
Did
also
I not?
definitely said that.
No. No. I mean, William, take me now. Take me now, William. I need to go.
Of course. He will lead you back to your suite.
Florence.
I'm just gonna turn around. I wasn't there for that. I was like hiding behind a little bush and I just sidle out. I'm like,
Did she say it'll be the death of her?
More importantly, did you see the way that William held her elbow when he led her away?
Cuthbert, you don't
Yeah.
think.
Well, I don't know.
No. Mother always says ride up, not down.
That is what she says. That is exactly what she says.
Do you think she says that because Mother has been riding down?
If she is, it'll be quite a bit of hypocrisy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. When does the circus start, Cuthbert?
You know, if she did, that might be leverage.
Do we need any more leverage on our dying mother, Cuthbert?
Maybe.
No, Cuthbert. Cuthbert, take a lap around the mansion and come back here in a moment.
I'll take a lap. Although, I mean, really, the way it is going these days, it should be like a lap around the heaths.
What's happening at the Heaths?
Young Pembroke takes laps, well, he's older than I am, but takes laps around the heaths all the time. I mean, yes. Do you know that one spot? There's a spot, if you were walking from our estate, past the Pembroke estate, past the Griffith estate, towards that delicious little merry-go-round.
Oh, yes.
It's
I
a
didn't know
little-
our town even had a merry-go-round. I ought to get out more often,
Yes,
Cuthbert.
there's a little gazebo.
Yes.
I often find him right about 3 in the afternoon at that gazebo by himself. Just information I thought I would share for no reason.
It's a little terrifying how down you have Edward Pembroke's schedule.
Well, sometimes it's important to know these things.
Is it?
Yes, sometimes.
I will keep that in mind if I ever want to catch you and Edward Pembroke together.
Oh, I would imagine that I wouldn't be there. In case you happen to be there, I wouldn't be there. I would be
And why
somewhere
would
else.
I be alone with Edward Pembroke? Don't you
You-
know I'm supposed to grow up and be an old maid like Miss Marjorie?
Well,
Have you
first off,
heard the news?
you'll never be an old maid because I'm going to get you married. It's not the point. The point is that if you did not
An
know...
elephant is falling on me. I'm going to get married. Our mother will die. Cuthbert, I need to take... I've got to get some fresh air. I'll be back when the
But before
circus
you
starts.
do,
No,
just...
thank you very much,
Just
Cuthbert.
3 o'clock, the gazebo... Oh my.
Well, Cuthbert, you are left abandoned by your sister.
Who has not told me about Robert and Gregory yet.
No, because she remember she got the letter from her friend, from Juliana, saying that you I think
may
we
have
forgot.
just forgotten in the moment.
She's
Or she
Okay,
just
a lot
didn't
of-
want to tell me. I mean,
A lot of
there's a
stuff
lot.
was going on. Yes, the letter about Robert having left.
Absconded.
With I can't remember if Juliana knew that he left with Gregory. I think that's what
She said
Some
that
rumor?
that was the last person she had seen him with.
Yes.
Yes, I think so. Like, she's a little naive, so I don't think she figured it out.
No, she doesn't know what sword fighting's all about.
No, she doesn't. She's like, oh, they have swords. I wouldn't have guessed. They seemed more like the gunmen, you know, hunters.
Well, they certainly are hunting. So, yeah, so I don't know anything about this.
No,
my
you
sister hasn't
don't.
told me. No.
No. So the anything immediately prior, if not, we can kind of jump forward a little bit to as people start arriving for the performance of the circus.
I'm just going to plan to set up a dramatic rescue moment for my sister. That's all.
That's really all you have to say. You're doing it. It is being
Yes.
done.
It's being done.
Excellent. It is being done. So, who arrives when to this thrilling performance this evening? Yes, Charles.
Charles, I will try to go there first to hopefully talk to Cuthbert.
Don't you arrive with Millie?
That would be improper. I'm sending my coach and riding.
Oh, that's right. Right. You're ringing Millie, but she's arriving separately. Yes, very nice.
Yes,
very nice.
yes.
So you arrive fairly early. People, a few other stragglers, I think from the village, or a few others from the village are there. There's definitely like the preamble milling about with drinks and hors d'oeuvres before the performance, and then after that, it sounded like there was going to be some sort of ball or dance because that's what was decided upon. But tonight they are performing Titus Andronicus, Shakespeare's most exciting play, a new twist on an old classic.
I'll see.
And
Paige,
Cuthbert
is there like
has lost his tongue.
No, I was just curious. This Scarlet woman, is she obviously around? I'm just wanting to see what kind of drama might be brewing.
Yeah, you definitely see, Richard Pembroke. He is there. He is certainly made some appearances, kind of milling about the crowd. He seems to be the sort of the MC type person. This seems to be what he's tailcoat. He looks quite dressed fancy and proper. And then I don't know anyone else of like particular note you would have seen, unless yes, Scarlet Pembroke is probably like occasionally draped on his arm. I would imagine she would kind of, be with her. She's far too familiar with him because she's an American lady,
and not a married one to him.
No.
Or at least not married.
Yeah, presumably not married at all, but hard to be sure. So tell me, Bonsai, what does Scarlet Pembroke look like?
She, of course, has fiery, fiery red hair for all the boys to see. And I have this dashing mink on my shoulder. Let me go ahead and I'm going to go and she's, of course, obviously introducing herself as Mrs. Pembroke. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Darling.
Oh.
And I think every time you say that, Richard, he just sort of goes, that's so cute of you.
Of course, yes, of course, sweetie. My little Pookie bear. Come here and give your little Scarlet some kisses.
Oh.
Very affectionate. Displays in public.
Oh.
Public.
Oh. Oh, my.
Oh, hello there. Of course, you're obviously, Cuthbert, you're dressed up for this occasion.
Of course. Yes.
Oh, I see a fellow thespian on our hands. Howdy there.
Well,
And
not
who
really.
might you be?
I'm Lord Cuthbert Ashby, let's just say I'm the man of the house. We'll just go with that. And you must be Scarlet.
Yes, Scarlet Pembroke, please. Pleasure to meet you.
Kiss the hand, of course.
Yes.
Pembroke, eh? Curious.
Yes.
Might I see your wedding ring? I love a good
course.
engagement ring.
It's it is right here. Give me. It is just right.
Oh.
Now that's prop commitment.
Prop commitment.
I certainly hope that Richard hasn't spent all of the family money on some sort of gaudy rock full of rockness and diamonds and whatnot.
Isn't it beautiful? He shined it up so nice and pretty like. It looks like a rose because he says our love is just beginning to bud.
Oh, how delightful. Might I just call you Miss Scarlet? It seems so much easier and less. It just seems delightful.
Oh, of course, dear. Scarlet is a great. I always go by that name. As you know, a woman does know that the name means everything in the world.
Indeed. Funny that you should mention that. Names do mean everything, and a good name opens many doors, but then. You're American, you wouldn't know this. British people are somewhat Have you ever
Stuffy.
heard Well, yes. Actually, yes. I was going to say that...
Backwards.
No, not
With
well...
a stick up their bum.
Well... Yes, all of those things are true. I was going to use different words that were a little bit more polite, but...
They're
You're
just
right.
dull. They're dull and they're close-minded.
Yes, that's also true. This is not how this conversation... I meant this conversation to go at all. I meant the conversation to go a totally different way. But you're right. They are small-minded and they have sticks up their butts and... they're dull. Quite. That's all true. But that wasn't what I was going for. What I was going for was to convince you to... Well... You know...
Yes, dear, it's okay. Do you need more wine? Your throat seems kind of parched.
I do need more wine. And also perhaps absinthe, really. Oh,
Ooh, do you have some?
yes. Of course, I do. I would never be caught in this place without absinthe. And also, well, nonetheless, that's for a different day. Look, the point is, you're here, and you must understand this is somewhat awkward for the Pembroke family. Other than you, of course.
I see no problem with a woman using what she has to get in this world.
Well, that's fine as well. I mean, that's
And
fine.
if society can't deal with me, baby,
Well, no, yes. I mean, look, you're making this very difficult. How... My word.
of course I'm making things difficult. There wouldn't be a lot of money involved if it wasn't a little bit difficult.
All right, look, here's the take I'm going to make with you, Miss Scarlet. A lot of money involved. Opportune phrase. You know, the problem with dull British people of 1816, the year of our Lord, is that they can withhold money from you if you're too scandalous. Like, if you're too scandalous, they don't give you an inheritance, for example. Or they just cut you off and they say, why don't you go off to Italy and not be seen again? And then you have to go and leave the person that you love so very dearly and desperately, because otherwise it might go badly for them and you want to save their job. And the people here are so... No, I've gotten off topic. What I meant to say was...
Are you okay?
Yes, yes.
Like you need to talk
No,
about
no.
something.
No, I'm totally fine. I mean, it's...
I mean, I feel like the two of you, I don't know if you need a resolve token for this, but I kind of want you two to go drink a lot of absinthe.
If you would like to give us a
Yeah.
resolve token for that, I would not at all mind.
I feel like this is yeah, for can I persuade Scarlet to
Yes.
convince Cuthbert to go drink a
Oh,
lot
I
of
was just
absinthe?
about to. You know,
The
but dear, it
betrayal.
sounds like you have a lot in your soul that is hurting,
No,
and that
no.
needs a cure. And
No.
you know what cures the cure?
What?
Spirits. Spirits! Lots and lots of spirits. Now come follow me. I have a trailer just right over here. And Poopsykins over here, Robert. Oh, yes, you're my sweet man. You can go
I'm just
ahead
waiting.
and be off by yourself. You be a good boy. Good boy, or else.
I'm going to say that this resolve token comes from one of my negative reputation tags.
Ooh, yes. Inappropriate. Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Yes, and so I think inappropriately, even though I meant to go and school our Miss Scarlet,
You got
No
tables
one's still
turned.
Scarlet.
nobody schools our Scarlet, and so I'm going to take her off to one of the wings, and I have, of course, I have absinthe, I have cigarettes, I have snuff, I have all manner of indulgent and decadent things, and yes,
Oh,
we're going to
now,
get
Lord.
super drunk.
Lord Cuthbert, can I just say, I feel like we are kindred spirits.
As do I. Difficultly. Well, this makes everything difficult indeed. You just
Now,
do
let me
understand
tell
me.
I know, you know what? I have this beautiful place. Have you ever heard of a city called New York?
Well, isn't it part of the Americas somehow?
Yes, come. It's the new world, baby.
Oh, what happens there? What do you do there?
And I think we fade out as the two of them enter her little like trailer dressing room or whatever that has been brought over for all of the performers, and we just hear like sounds of occasional like laughter and
Yes.
glasses like clinking together as Cuthbert proceeds to get quite drunk, and I cannot wait for drunk Cuthbert to plan his the fate of Florence even better.
Chat, it's not my
Even
fault. She was
better.
talking good talk. She was talking.
She really was. Maybe
What can I do?
Cuthbert should
That's
be
how
running
she
away
got
to the
my
Americas.
father.
Scarlett's kind of awesome. What can I do? What can I do? There's nothing I can do about this. I didn't even need that resolve token, but I'll take it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's for the best, really.
Because I only had one, so now I have two.
So, who else arrives? Charles, did you end up, I feel like Charles, you arrive intending to speak to Cuthbert and you can't find him.
No.
Because he is getting drunk in the back room with the performers. And I feel like
It's
eventually
true.
you get surrounded by more actors.
Yes.
And everyone's just like very friendly and
fun.
probably many of them are gay.
Yes.
So like you find like kindred spirits there.
And I recite my poetry, and I bet they
They're
like it.
Oh my god, I love it. I love your accent. It's so cute.
Oh,
It's beautiful, darling. Beautiful.
oh. Well, let me tell you, this is one of my favorites. And I'm just hanging out backstage with actors, and it's so lovely. That's what it is. It's so bad. Why? Why do you have to be so cool?
I know, stupid American.
No.
But it seems like Millie arrives at some point, yes. Charles, as you are probably looking around for Cuthbert and unable to find him, your Millie, your dearest Millie, she arrives.
My dear, hello, my dear. How are you? Oh, I can't hear you. The actors are so loud. Shush.
Oh, sorry, Millie, my darling. It is so great to see you. I'm glad. Did the coach arrive well? Was it a comfortable ride?
Oh, it was beautiful and soft. The fabric inside is just, oh, Charles, so decadent. Thank you, Charles. Thank you.
Anything for my most specialist person in the world that you are, Millie.
Most specialist person in the world. Did
'cause-
you hear that? Did you? She's just pointing like weird American actors. You? Special.
I was hoping to see Cuthbert at this time to clear up some things and might have
What
misspoke
happened
to
with
him.
Cuthbert, darling?
Not now. The time is not now for that. Something that I must explain to you later.
Oh, all right. Yes, I have not seen Cuthbert. Usually, you can find Cuthbert because he's creating such a large scene, and I don't see that anywhere. I even took notes. See, 10:05.
Cut to interior.
No Cuthbert.
Raucous laughter, drunk.
There's like silk scarves flying.
Yes, nobody knows why.
Cut back out.
Yes, no Cuthbert. I couldn't even hear his tinkling laugh. Nowhere to be found.
There seems to not be a lot of people by the elephants, so if you would, I will go ahead and we could feed them peanuts, I hear.
Oh, to the elephants, Charles! Oh, how wonderful! And I want to be right in the splash zone, as the lady by the door called it, for the performance. What does that even mean?
I have no clue, my dear. I have to be pleasantly
Experience it
surprised.
together. Yes, I do love a good surprise. I will go see the elephants, though. Thank you, Charles.
Well, I will escort you over there. There's not many people, and I do want to have a conversation with you, Millie, that we need to probably have.
Ooh.
Oh, yes, by the elephants. Okay. What is it?
Millie, as you know, you accepted me like nobody else that I've ever met before. And you have grown so close, and throughout the years, of course, I mistreated you, and I want to say I'm sorry.
Me. Charles, Charles, you need to. There's nothing to apologize for.
No,
Except when you ignored me and then you tried to date Florence and. Okay, yes, I accept the apology.
Millie, you do know that I care for you so much. And it. Millie, I don't think I can love you, but not love you the way you want me to love you.
How do I want you to love me? Which is the other way? How can you tell me how I want to be loved?
Well, I mean, like most women, want to be with the man, of course, and
Oh, but I saw you in your beautiful dress, Charles. And I did
Yes,
like the
but-
dress, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Are you telling me that I'm not allowed to love you because you don't want to be a man, Charles? That's not fair.
not
Is it
not
because
that.
you
It's just
don't want to love me because I am a lady? Oh. Oh. I understand,
please,
Charles.
Millie, I'm sorry. It's just
I don't think I can be around the smell of elephants anymore, Charles. I understand and I am proud of you, but I must go.
Millie, please. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
The elephant puts a trump at their trunk on Charles and just starts petting your head because it's smart and recognizes you're sad. Just elephant pets.
Millie, I really do care for you.
Does anyone have a monologue token?
I do. I have a monologue token. Take my monologue token.
It. How can I explain? I do care for Millie. She's the only person that has ever seen me for who I am. She's the only one who understands Charlotte, but I've always loved, and I don't think I can escape my love for Cuthbert. I've never. She is beautiful. Do not get me wrong. She is beautiful and has good standing, and it's just, of course, what my family would like. But I can't just change the way I feel. It's not a switch. My father, he told me it was wrong, and everyone around says that is sinful. And I'm ugly for what I feel. I couldn't lie to her. I care for her so much. I don't understand love. Why do we have to be in such boxes? Always boxes! Why can't we just love?
Oh, so good. Cuthbert,
heart.
heartbreaker.
You ruthless.
Cuthbert, you're a monster.
I'm having absinthe with the band right now. I don't even know how this is my fault.
Such a monster. So, as Charles stands there being comforted by an elephant, Edward, we haven't seen you yet. I think perhaps.
No, indeed not.
Do you arrive? Do you come to the circus? Do we just see you in the distance brooding?
Yes. I'm
Watching
just
the
standing
estate.
there in the distance on my horse, Windblade, and I'm just looking upon the carnage of my entire reputation, considering what I could do and what I could not do. I'm thinking many things to myself. But I'm sort of building courage, and I think I will walk towards the estate to go. Because
arrive, they'll,
Yeah.
stable your horse. Just their performances out back. Best of
yes, thank you.
luck.
Yes, thank
And
you.
I feel like William pauses for a second, and he almost puts a hand on your shoulder, in a sort of fatherly style, but then he realizes that wouldn't be proper because he's a servant and you're a lord. And he goes, "You are strong, and what your family has done does not define you. You kept on Gregory. You are a good man. We are here for you."
Thank you, William. Thank you very much. Of course, it's unconscionable had I let him go. Thank you for your kindness.
He's a favorite among the staff and the families here. The young ladies do think he's quite a looker.
Yes, I do understand why.
It would have been like a revolt among the maids.
Gregory!
No, not Gregory, no!
Thank you very much, William.
attractive one. And then, so William, goes, "Oh,
Yes.
anyway, right this way."
Thank you, William.
And you
I
enter
sort of-
into the estate gardens. There
Yes.
are so many people about. There are people in very short, or I guess in longer skirts for Can, but there's ruffles and feathers. The actors are milling about amongst the crowd, entertaining them. Immediately, one of them comes over and is like, "Why, hello there, sir," and offers you some champagne before the show.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
But you look a little familiar to me.
Have
you seen our performances before?
Alas, I have not been fortunate enough to see your performances as of yet, so...
Well, make sure you get one of those front seats. The splash zone is always the most fun, and then they, filter off.
Certainly.
And I feel like you get, accosted by several people, and they all kind of do that. There's just a lot of actors that come past you.
Lovely. Enjoyable. Yes, thank you very much. I need to immediately find a dark corner, and stand there, drinking the champagne and hopefully blending into the scenery. And I just literally find a dark corner and just start, looking for my father. Do I see him?
Oh, he is out and about amongst the crowd. He is shaking hands with all of the gentry of Mayford that are coming through, sort of taking a personal moment to connect with all of them.
I sort of touch something on my hip and then take another drink of my champagne and step forward to go and speak to my father.
I don't think anyone will stop you, unless Florence, you wanted to intervene. You're there.
I think that Florence is going to be there. I don't think that Edward sees her, but she is monitoring the situation from the porch overlooking the back garden in case she does need to intervene because she's prepared to.
So you cross the distance up to your father, and he's, chatting with someone, and he's like, "Oh, so, thank you so much for coming. It's lovely to have you here. I haven't seen you in a few years." And just blah, 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 and they're like, he seems to be very
Hello, Father.
intentionally ignoring you.
Indeed.
Just a sec. And I think, the first time you say that quietly, he keeps talking the weather here, it's been, how I remember it, quite pleasant, really. I'm glad we've got a clear sky. Oh, I'm sorry. Edward!
Ah,
I
yes.
hear you there. You are so quiet.
As I often am.
Yes,
You
you
always
should
did
learn
say
to
I
take
was.
up more of a presence, more space, It's really
I
unbecoming.
immediately down the rest of my drink, all at once, and I put it down. And I clap him on the back and I go, "Have a great show."
Thank you. I hope you're looking forward to it as well.
Oh, indeed. So very much. And I like
Florence
look
is
him deep in the eyes.
Getting closer in the background.
But she's like a ninja, so nobody notices.
And where is your beautiful, oh, what's the word? I'm sorry, we can't call her wife, of course. Oh, well, did you make it official? Can you get married in America if you haven't been divorced? It sounds very American.
From the stage, you just hear Florence like clapping her hands together, and she's like, "Oh, good evening," as to like start the circus and end the fight. So lovely to have you all here today. I'm so excited for you to be at my estate. She's staring directly at Edward, though. She's like,
I have rage blinders on, and I'm staring into my dad's eyes.
He looks at you and he's like, well, I suppose it's not official, but you know. When has that ever mattered?
Oh, forever. Forever, actually. Okay, yes, indeed. Oh, well, it looks like your show's just about to start. Good luck. Break a leg.
Break a leg, everyone!
Thank you.
Yes!
Cuthbert, what a good God, man. You look positively sloshed.
No, I'm not at all. If I was sloshed, I would know. I would be able to say, if I was sloshed, I wouldn't be able to say words.
Well, you're barely able to say words. I'm very sorry to tell you. Do I clock that Scarlet is here?
I don't know, Scarlett, you might be getting ready for the show, because you are, I think you probably, like, go to, do you go to Edward, maybe? Or, sorry, not Edward, Richard, because he's, like, standing up on stage about to get the show started.
Oh, we cannot.
"It's so quiet. She's so quiet.
So quiet.
She's in the distance. She's very quiet.
I'm getting ready.
Okay, so you don't see
Just a
her.
little too out.
Okay. Great.
Edwards, I have to tell you something. It's dreadfully important.
Yes.
And that is the exact moment that Richard starts. Excuse me. Good evening, everybody. Please take your seats. We are here. The Savannah Players are delighted to present to you an evening of entertainment, of mastery of the arts. You will see things that you have never seen before upon any stage. You will be astounded. You will be wowed. You will be driven to tears of laughter and of tragedy as we present to you a new adaptation of Shakespeare's most adult performance, Titus Andronicus. And then, like, the crowd begins applauding.
Woohoo!
Excuse me, can someone get me more champagne?
And you just are brought more alcohol. All right.
Edward,
Thank you,
sit
thank you.
right here next to me and my sister.
Greeks, you sing.
You are so out of focus, Bonsai.
The girls.
Woo!
With my upon thee. Spared words cannot describe the challenges between mortal gods. The rift that is between us as they.
She does have excellent legs, I think.
It was always her legs.
And that's
As
what
I
opens.
speak.
The opening act is Scarlet coming out on stage, legs bared, skirt hiked, as she
Oh my
recites the
dear God.
opening of Titus Andronicus.
Oh my God.
And then
Oh my God.
beginning.
Oh.
For those of you
My
without
life is
context,
over.
Titus Andronicus is referred to as Shakespeare's bloodiest play. At least 14 characters die.
Including cannibalism. This is what I've been
There's also
told.
cannibalism.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Cannibalism?
Indeed. Shakespeare sometimes says the cannibalism, and it's like this murder. I think it's a pie. baked in a pie.
At some point in the performance, one of the performers is like, we need a volunteer from the audience. And I would like to offer Lady Florence Ashby a resolve token to have that person immediately point to her and say, you, ma'am, this is your estate. You should be on this stage with us.
I accept this resolve token, but only if I look dead at Cuthbert's eyes and he drunkenly says our couplet.
Okay, all right. Only if. Then I accept those consequences. You have to look me dead in the eye, though. Huh? Oh, yes. The worms go in, the worms go out tonight. And now it seems for plots the time is right. I am Big Ben to my friends. All rhyming couplets.
Oh, bravo! You know, the actors applaud too. Come on up on this stage here. We promise nothing bad will happen to you.
Oh, do you? I can. That's great.
Edward.
Yes.
Jedward? No, then you'd have to have a twin. No, listen, pay attention to the show. I hope you're ready. I hope you're limber. I hope you're...
Come on.
Limba.
I would like to... Ooh, I'm not sure if I can use a negative reputation tag here. Maybe flamboyant would work, but I just wanted, like... Cuthbert, do you think there was any chance that maybe you convinced one of them to, like, let the elephant go free?
Yes.
Or perhaps you did it yourself?
Oh, listen. Look. What I'm trying to tell you is that we have, like, elephants. And elephants are majestic, but also quite frightening creatures, you know? And what's amazing about elephants is that they're so dramatic and they look like an accident. If, for example, there was, like, some sort of, tying... What?
Cuthbert, what are you getting on about? What is happening?
Oh, there's an elephant!
At that moment, we see the like actors, and they're like leading the elephant on the stage for whatever weird aspect of the story that involves an elephant now in Titus Andronicus, which I don't know. It's probably someone is now trampled to death by an elephant.
I'm gonna reuse one of Scarlett's thing and say that she also probably drugged the elephant with Cuthbert because they're having such a good time.
Okay, I think this goes to Florence, who's gonna be trampled by an elephant.
And I'm
It's
just
a
going
drunk
to say,
elephant.
The elephant, Scarlett, drugged it.
Yes.
Well, it's not really drugging. It's more like
And your brother comes up with the best ideas.
fun. It's just having a little bit of...
the drugged wild elephant.
Oh, Edward, pay attention to elephants. Use Edward.
I'm very
The
sorry.
elephant
I do
is
not
like,
understand.
oh no, stomps on stage and does very clearly, like, looks like it's gonna start charging Florence as the actors, like, let go and they begin performing. And they're just like, and you're once forth upon this ground. And the elephant's like, and
Let us-
rears up.
I book it. I book it to the stage.
How drunk do you think you are? Go! You like
Me?
one resolve token drunk? Yeah.
I'm drunk. It doesn't matter about me, though, because I'm sitting...
I'm one resolve token drunk. I am definitely. I'll take that.
I think what happens, this is what I'm gonna propose.
I think you just spend it.
Is that you
I will
get
spend
there
it.
slightly too late.
Slightly too late.
And I was gonna say Charles saves Florence.
No! My plans! My drunken
Yes.
plans!
I think that's the
I'll say
most
yes to that.
interesting.
Yep, I'll say yes to that.
So you're about to like leap to the stage, but you've had a few too many drinks as you sort of like teeter slightly, and Charles, you
I'm just yelling,
were
Florence!
by the elephant.
What is going on?
And what do? How do you save Florence? There's an elephant that's about to stomp her.
That is just the same elephant that I've bonded with, of course, with my heartbreak. And then I will come on, and I will run up and hold onto Florence and go with the back
The
beast.
elephant calms immediately, seeing you, having consoled you in your tears. And then it just, like, puts its trunk on you and, like, pats your face.
I will pat it down. Do not fear, my Lady Florence. This is the perfect time. I now see it, and then patting all over. My Lady Florence. As I calm the elephant. I see no other better time than to ask you, of course, for your hand in marriage.
Oh, no.
Charles!
As I ran to help her, I slipped on the ground and I have fallen face first. And I am leaning up and looking up and seeing this happen in front of me.
I know that I can provide a good home. I may not say the best words, Florence, but I could be a man for you. I could. We might not know each other yet, but we could always grow into love.
Oh, I feel like at that
Monologue token?
Yes.
On Florence? I just feel like that's a thing that should happen.
Yeah.
Right?
I was gonna momentarily take control of Viscountess Victoria Ashby.
Well, I just would like a monologue token.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I
monologue
want.
first.
To my dearest sister, monologue token!
This is my living nightmare. First of all, there is a circus in my backyard. I'm being attacked by an elephant. My brother is drunk. What is he even drunk on? Is that a... It better not be drugs, Cuthbert.
It's like a green stain on his shirt.
He's like asleep now. He forgot all it.
No, I'm very distressed.
First of all, we think that Charles is a murderer. So, I am being proposed to by a murderer. How do I politely decline an engagement in front of all of these horrific Americans and Richard, who I'm almost positive was looking at my ungloved hand earlier?
It's terrible.
I wish that elephant would have been so friendly. Maybe would have knocked us both off the stage and the ring would have gone flying and then this wouldn't have happened. And instead, I will have to decline a murderer on stage in front of the Savannah players. And Edward's on the ground. This is my personal nightmare. This is it. It's come to fruition. I don't know what I've done. Maybe it was the forgery that's led me to this moment in my life, but I am certainly paying a penance of some sort. I think she's got nothing.
I would like to spend a resolve token.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Oh, darn. Okay.
I would like to use my negative reputation tag for flamboyancy. To get my sister out of this trap by making myself look quite terrible.
Wait,
But we've
I
got
will
to get
count
Ashby
Things
there.
happening
Yes.
with Viscountess Ashby. Yeah.
I will go ahead and spend as many resolve tokens. I have 3 to make a grand entrance
Oh,
right now.
My idea.
will-
Well, you can easily just spend 1 to appear. I don't think that necessarily.
Well,
goes to
you'll
anyone
see
either.
once we repair. I have a plan, so I'm gonna spend it, and you can see who does.
Who's most negatively impacted by this?
I object. I object. You Griffiths cannot hold the Ashbys accountable, and I will not let my daughter pay for my sins.
Mother! Mother!
Can I Can I
Mummy?
spend a resolve token attached to a rumor? Perhaps Lady Ashby, that I don't know if you want to die at this moment or merely fall into a dreadful coma. But there is a rumor going about that you are quite ill. You are not long for this world.
Can we put her in a coma?
Coma.
Okay, and you faint upon the ground. So,
Mummy!
Lady Ashby, you get this resolve token. I guess Charles gets your other one, because I think Charles is most negatively
Yes.
impacted by your refusal to marry her.
It could also be that. I don't know. My children
Could be
are gonna
her
have to deal
father,
with the
actually.
aftermath.
That's fair. Poor
Father.
kids.
True. Could be Kane Griffiths, too.
Oh no.
I mean, there's just. I was planning on protecting my sister, but by making a scene, but my mother died.
She collapses, and I think at that moment the crowd erupts into panic as no one really knows what's going on anymore.
Mummy, get the doctor. Get Dr. Cumber Woodbridge.
Somebody call the doctor.
The doctor.
Get the doctor, please, my mother.
And I think that's where we will end this novel chapter.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Oh no.
Ooh, a lot happened. Let's talk about reputations.
Oh, really? Can we
costume changes.
Can we skip that? It feels like it doesn't feel appropriate to talk about reputations when our mother's in a coma. I mean,
That should be fine. Depends. How many resolve tokens do you have? It's one per coma. Hey, you're fine. So, yes, who gained or perhaps gained a positive or perhaps a negative reputation tag?
look,
a
I
hard
don't even
one.
have to look over my list. I know
Yeah.
that I got a negative reputation tag
Yeah.
because I was super drunk with Americans on absinthe, also probably smoking opium. I'm just saying there was probably just a lot going on there, and I do not feel like that is appropriate for a good British young man to do, although also super appropriate, just not when you're at home, probably only abroad.
Yeah.
So,
Not where you're gonna get caught.
not where you're going to get caught. I think that I'm going to have to take the negative reputation tag wastrel is what I
like
think
it.
I'm going to have to do.
Okay. Do you think you gained a positive tag?
Oh. I think it might come.
Companionship.
I don't think it's there yet. Like, I think that I have been plotting to do. I think I have been in the process of sublimating my own desires for to help other people.
But that maybe wasn't the focus of your actions. This.
Well, no, I just don't think it has come about yet. I think that I have to actually be able. I think I need a bit more success in that before it will count.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Anyone else? Positive or negative tags?
I have no idea where Florence is here right now because morally she was a little corrupt, but for a good reason at the beginning, and then she was gonna have to do something terrible, but then her mom went into a coma, so I don't know if she's positive or negative, or if she's just
Could just be neutral.
where they just punched each other in the face and she just exists.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey,
I would
Charles?
like to posit. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Edward,
Go ahead. No, you go first. Go first.
I was just going to say, I would like to posit that Edward should get a positive tag for acting in the service of duty or morality in a way that compromised my desires by even being here
That's fair.
agree.
That's fair.
at this
think
at
that's
this
fair.
event. Okay, cool. And I guess I will say, like, what's like polite?
Yeah.
What's a word for like following?
Dutiful.
Ooh, dutiful. Yeah.
Dutiful.
Yeah. And remember, when you have positive tags, you can also spend those, like, make your reputation important in the scene for some reason to have an extra reputation, a resolve token.
okay.
So they
Or if
count
a
as
cool thing
tokens as
happened to
well.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
So
What
they're
about
the
a negative
opposite.
reputation tag, Edward?
Huh?
What about a negative reputation tag?
Well, what did I do?
You got drunk and fell on the stage in front of everyone.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so then I will say that I acted
You did also like
in
shout at your dad
contravention.
in front of a group.
Yes.
What? I didn't. I was having a peaceful conversation. Okay, yeah, I'll say that I acted in contravention of society's conventions. And I guess I'll say that I was, oh man. Like, what is a good word for like overly emotional? Or like,
Oh.
Ooh,
There's a really good Victorian word for this.
Luxy Games.
yeah. Luxy Games.
hysterical.
Perfect.
No, hysterical.
Hysterical. Yeah, no, that works. And Charles.
I think I gained a negative tag by being like I'm gonna change panic because I acted a little bit braver this time and was like set on my ways, but I am heartbreaker
Yo.
for
Yeah.
Millie. And then the fractured then would be because I took away panic, but then I still gain it by fractured with Millie now.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
But do you get a positive tag?
Heroic?
Yeah.
But then does the accepted change to heroic then?
No, you just get another one. You
No,
have
it
4
doesn't
now.
change. You just get another one. You can just.
Oh, okay.
You are like. Although I feel like we've got to get a negative tag for perhaps being a murderer, but it's fine.
No, well, there is scandal in my family now. This is
There's
true.
so much rumor, so
There's a lot of
it's
rumor.
fine. Speaking of which, let us move to the rumor and scandal portion. As we have figured out our reputations. So we have several rumors. I'm going to fade ones that we didn't spread last time. If we don't spread them this time, then they'll go away. They'll be no longer usable. As before, we go around and everybody can start a new rumor, or they can spread a rumor that already exists. Does anyone want to begin? Yes, Lexi.
I would like to start a rumor that I heard Edward Pembroke was going to fight his father to the death.
Yes, I heard that too.
Yes.
May I go second? I spread that rumor like so hard.
Dang.
Like that was easy. I'm like, boom, spread button, boom.
All right, that rumor has been spread.
Was going
anyone
to.
else?
That's the way he was charging the stage to
Yeah. Yeah.
That Scarlet is having an affair with Cuthbert.
I get around a lot. It's really true. There's like
A lot of affairs.
yeah. I've had a lot of affairs in the rumor mill.
This is hard. This is difficult. I might need a second.
Yeah, that's okay. I think. Looking at the ones that are gonna fade. Ooh. Do I want to spread a rumor? I kind of want to spread a rumor, but I also kind of want to start a new one. I've got to look through my list of things that are going on.
All the things.
Ooh, I know what I would like to spread.
Do it.
I would like to spread that Charles and Florence have a secret engagement.
Yeah.
They already. Oh yeah, we're spreading that one. Great. I was like, that's already a rumor that we have, but no, it's good. It's
It was
good. I like
fading,
that.
right?
Oh,
That was
yeah, it was
okay.
fading.
Good.
it is now no
Okay.
longer.
I'm using.
And then I think I am going to. There is. Ooh, I don't know if this will be useful or not, but it'll be interesting. There is a some newcomers to the town that seems suspicious.
Oh. That's weird. That's strange. I don't even know about that. So weird.
So
But
now
this
we're
is a
going to
small
go backwards.
town.
I guess
Anytime there's
I have to.
something new,
Yeah, I have
you
to
do.
go twice. I think I am going to. I kind of want to spread a rumor. I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna spread that Scarlet is having an affair with Cuthbert. Why not?
I would like to
hope he
start
has a
another
really-
rumor.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
yes.
Yeah, no. We
I
go
was just
back in
saying,
the same order. so.
I hope he has a good lipstick stain on his shirt from Scarlet.
Yeah, come on. Why
Smells
not?
of her perfume.
Oh, yeah.
Chanel
told
number
her-
5.
He put it on
It's not the right
himself.
perfume.
He did. I was like,
Yeah.
Great.
He actually tried the lipstick on and was like, "Oh, I like this shade," and then
and there was some can dancing. I'm just gonna say.
Oof. I would like to spread a rumor that my father has met with or flirted with Florence.
Oh, I heard that too. I'm just a person of the town. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The town. The town is super
Breakfast, I
gossipy.
heard.
Yep, Bonsai.
Oh, yes, I am
Yeah, I
going
think so,
to
and then Trooper
spread the newcomers.
Suspicious newcomers.
Yes, suspicious is a very hard word to say.
Yeah, it is. That's okay.
I'm gonna start a new rumor.
Ooh,
This is really bad. I hope you're all ready for it. I heard, not I Cuthbert, but I, random person in the village of Mayford, who happened to be attending the circus before, I heard that Lady Victoria Ashby, it was attempted murder. Someone poisoned her. No, that's what I heard. That someone poisoned her. No. Yes. I know. Whoever. When we already had that shooting in town and
I never. What a criminal town we live in now.
this is what happens when people don't.
strange newcomers.
I know, perhaps. This is what happens when you don't follow the rules of good society. Then we get poisonings and murders. Oh, well.
And Americans?
And Americans.
Americans. Luxie, finally.
I would
your
like
rumor.
to spread that Richard Pembroke has met or flirted with Florence.
Ooh, all right. Okay.
He just
so
seemed like
the ones
the
that
kind
we
of guy.
Yeah.
People were like, oh,
did
he's
not
looking at her
spread
butt.
are now no longer available for resolve tokens, which is only 3 of them. So they are off our list. And that brings us to the final portion of our first half, which is the middle of it, is the epistolary, the letter writing. I'm sure that many of you have many letters to write, or perhaps you have none. I do not know for sure. But does anyone, as a reminder, you can send and receive up to 2 letters. If you want to receive a letter, you spend a resolve token and then tell me what letter you receive.
I would like to receive a. Sorry.
No, go,
Yeah.
go,
Oh my
go,
gosh.
go,
I
go,
would
go.
like to receive a letter regarding the status of my dear friend Heinrich.
Oh,
From the doctor.
It's up to Trooper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Cumber Woodbridge.
Yeah.
Oh,
As
yeah.
the player of Heinrich, what does Dr. Cumber Woodbridge say about Heinrich's status? Or does Heinrich respond?
Well, Heinrich does not yet respond because he's still not conscious. And he's feverish and in and out of sorts. But I want to hear the doctor's voice. I want to hear Lauren give us Dr. Cumber Woodbridge. 'Cause,
Okay, do we think Dr. Cumber Woodbridge is British?
yes. With that last name,
Yeah.
yes.
But like Welsh?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering is like,
Yeah.
do we think like regional or are we thinking like, very posh, really?
No. I don't think
No.
posh. I think
He's a
like a
country
country
doctor.
doctor.
So he's
Yeah.
a country doctor. So all right. So he's a bit from the Midlands, maybe, or sort of Yorkshire area. So it's so lovely to hear from you again, Edward. I hope it's going well over there at the Pembroke. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've been distracted talking to you about little things. You must be so worried about your friend. He's doing all right. In a bit of a sorts, really, but nothing a good bit of rest and some tonic's not going to take care of. He's been unconscious, though, a bit of a fever. Seems to be tossing and turning a bit in his sleep, but I think he'll pull through. I think he'll pull through probably soon. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's not. Anyway, how are things at the estate?
Thank you so much for that
Yours
letter.
sincerely, Dr. Cumber Woodbridge, Esquire.
Beautiful.
How do I put Oscars in the chat? How do I do that? I want to do that really badly now. Where are they? Oh, I see them.
Apparently just, he's just, and then he's probably like adds to that postscript. Now make sure you're taking your vitamins every day. I heard you had a bit of a fall on the stage last night in the performance, so I wouldn't want you to catch ill or anything. I heard you go back to the Heath a lot, so make sure you're wearing your coat and just like starts giving you medical advice.
It's the father I never had. That's the vibe I get.
But always wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, doctor
Thank
and a
you so
lawyer.
much.
He's an Esquire. Yeah, you're welcome.
He does medical malpractice on the side because he kills a lot of patients. Maybe he's the murderer. Maybe he's the one who's been poisoning Lady Ashby. I don't know.
All right, Lexi, he's probably the one who's been providing her with medicine, though.
And is that medicine laudanum?
Yes, that medicine is probably only laudanum. Wow. Lexi.
I would like to spend a resolve token to receive a letter from the detective couple about Juliana. Well, technically about Gregory and Robert Harrison.
Well, now, who do we think is writing this?
Both of them.
Can I actually have a little scene with Maple and Hoffer as they discuss the letter that they are going to write and the results of their investigation so far into the disappearance of Robert Harrison and Gregory McDermott.
Well, what do you think we should tell this poor Lady Ashby?
Let me get my veil on my hat.
I'm so sorry, darling. I didn't realize you weren't properly dressed.
No, it's all right then, darling. It's all right. Well, I think it's all quite rather. Well, what do we tell them about what we heard in the accident?
I think we shall. Well, remember when she wrote the letter, she said we should be paying them to return to town.
Oh, yes. I know indeed, but now that the thing with the horses, do you think we should let them know that only one is returning? Ooh.
Why don't your penmanship, darling, is so beautiful.
Oh,
Why
darling.
don't you pin the letter back to Lady Ashby about the accident?
Perhaps, but darling,
Yes.
I've always loved the way that you love my penmanship.
Oh, dear. Ever since I was a young man, I've always taken your letters and just... Darling, this is besides the point. She's with the horses and the money
Yes. Do you
and the
remember?
gay.
Do you
Yes.
remember when we broke our first case? It was the case of the not so nice penmanship. Remember?
Oh, the not so nice penmanship. It was horrific penmanship,
Oh, it
darling,
was. Well, if you're a murderer, I don't think murderers have good penmanship. I think that's one of the qualifications of being a murderer.
Is it?
I think
We'll
so.
we'll have to study that on further cases, dear.
So, all right. I will write, but you have to give me ideas as I write.
Yes. Dear Lady Ashby,
I like it. Dear
Yes.
Lady Ashby.
we are.
Oh,
regretful to inform you.
Ooh, I like that. Was there something dramatic news, dramatic turn in our investigation? Oh, our investigation has taken a dramatic turn.
Yes, perfect. Tell her about the dramatic turn, love.
Ooh, do you think we should ask for a little bit more money for a retainer?
I don't think we'll have a problem with money for Lady Ashby. I think if you toss that in, that shouldn't be. Do it as a PS at the end.
Oh,
dear.
PS at the end. You know, but the rumors do say that there might be some kind of problems with their money account.
Well, we should know that already, shouldn't we? We're detectives.
We are.
Continue.
Yes. Our investigation has taken a dramatic turn. It seems there was a carriage accident when the horses were spooked over a bridge.
Terrible accident. Terrible. Tell them which one will be coming back.
Oh, I feel like you should. I'm just so nervous.
Do neither of you want to make that decision?
It's the one with the hair.
Oh, I think I've made the decision.
It's the one with the hair, isn't it?
Okay, because if one of you doesn't want to make the decision, we always have the option of Florence reads the letter and the name just is smudged, and she can't read it.
Would you like to purposefully smudge the name, darling, to cause a little mystery? Maybe she'll send us some extra cash.
Oh. Well, I know. Since we've been hired, why don't we cause a little bit of a stir? We'll say, only one of them will be coming back. And we'll say, oh, you know which one. Huh?
Oh, yes.
So
Oh,
I
I
really like
remember
that.
when I married you, darling.
Oh, darling.
Only one.
Only one, yes.
That's terrible. We should go to church this Sunday, darling.
All right, but after brunch. And you know which one is coming back. The one that you least want to return.
Yes.
I have no idea which one that is for her, but I think she'll like it. More details could be forthcoming after we receive our retainer. We are indeed, of course, concerned about the rumors that your family's estate has lost its cash in the tulip crash of 1816. And so we would like to actually receive our retainer before we give you more information, as well as the location of where the young men are currently staying.
The young man, correct yourself, darling. One of them died.
Oh, well, let's be vague about it. One of them is not returning.
Yes, right, of course, not returning.
This makes it a little bit more spicy.
Maybe he'll pull through, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. But don't you think, really, in the end, do you think we should tell them that one of them's a cad? Darling, do you think we should?
In the next letter. Just wait
In the
for
next letter.
Yes.
Oh.
After the money.
Should we tell her that we've got some more information on the attempted murder? Oh, no, we weren't hired by her for that, were we? So let's not add that.
No, don't. That's illegal, darling. We can't tell her about that. It's not their business.
No, you're right.
I think it's good. Do you have the press ready?
Oh, I do. Darling,
Yes.
I'm thinking about this accident and the carriage going over the bridge and all the danger and all that, and I'm thinking, what do I want for brunch?
Eggs Benedict does sound nice, doesn't it, dear?
Oh, it does, my dear.
Yes.
It does. Oh, I should say one more thing, though.
Yes.
You also have lovely penmanship.
Oh. Thank you, dear. Thank you.
And I feel like we just cut to Florence looking at this letter. Just like, does she say anything?
Who even? There's no information. It's like they don't even know how to read. They said absolutely nothing at all.
You need to pay us. I mean, if you pay us, we will tell you information. That's how it goes. We don't just give you information for no money. We're detectives. Come on now. Detectives in love.
So good. Anyone else? Any other letters? Yes.
Yes, I would like to write a letter if that's all right. I know it's not my
Please
turn.
do.
Okay.
Oh, we just popcorn.
Okay, cool. Dearest mother, I have terrible news. Of course, the circus was a complete and utter disaster. That is not surprising. However, I must tell you I am at my wit's end. I've reached the end of what I can take. Father has taken the very last thing from me that I could possibly have in the world. I'm afraid I must do something drastic. This might be... Well, anyway, I love you very much. Goodbye, Edward.
Edward, I'm curious to see what you will do next. Anyone else? Any other letters? Yes, Charles.
I will write a letter. I will go ahead and address this to Millie. My dearest Millie, I felt that I've done wrong to you, and I know I have. And I know you need time to heal. Be certain that when I said that you are the dearest person to me, that I am wholeheartedly telling the truth. But I understand, and I hope that one day you can forgive me, Millie. Charles.
He is not sending a letter back.
I have a letter that I'm going to write and have William deliver for me to Gregory at the Pembroke estate, since that's where I think he is. So it'll be fine. Yeah.
Told that he has...
Nobody has told me anything. Nobody has told Cuthbert
Okay, so
a thing.
what does your letter say?
So I'm going to write this letter to Gregory. La 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 la. G. I was, well, the circus was quite an event. I was sad not to see you there, but I understand that you probably couldn't get off of work to come to a different estate just to see a circus. It was quite an event. I thought about you quite a lot. I met this woman who's quite a terrible influence, an American. I think you would have liked her. She was fresh and bold and did whatever she wanted, and she had excellent legs, I have to tell you. But also, and anyway, she just got me thinking. She told me all about New York, this city in the Americas, you know, some sort of colonial skyscraper sort of thing, I suppose. Anyway, she says there's theater and there's fun and that anybody can do what they want there. And I don't know, she said I'd like it there, and I thought, well, I thought maybe if I would like it there, perchance you would like it there. You know, I don't know. I was just thinking out loud, and you know, my mother, she's taken into a coma. And I don't know what's going to happen to her. I spent all this time trying to get my inheritance back so that I could do right by you. And I don't even know if she signed the paperwork that I had sent over for her, so I have no idea what will become of me if my mother doesn't pull through. But I just wanted you to know that no matter what, I have been thinking of you, and I do apologize for, I suppose, I know I've quite a bit of privilege, and I sometimes didn't pay attention to the ways in which you don't, and that I can get away with things that you can't, and I want to say that I apologize for being a bit, I don't know, I suppose being a bit of a viscount about it all. Anyway, I did miss seeing you there, and I hope to see you. I hope to see you soon. Please do answer. I fear that I trust you did get Edward's letter explaining that there was a misunderstanding, and because you must know that all this time, you've always had my heart. Always. And still do. And, well, I ask you to reconsider. You've told me that you would never leave the Pembroke estate because it was your everything in your life, and it was your way to honor your father and all of his work as the groundskeeper before you. But perchance you would consider leaving the estate and running away with me, perhaps. Well, I won't sign my name because that's our thing, although I bet anyone who if anyone would get this letter, they would know immediately who it was written from. But I know no one will intercept this letter, so it'll be all right. Well, yours with all the love, C. Wink.
And as you go to hand that to William, it's like, oh, sir, were you not informed?
Of what, William?
Well, Gregory is no longer at the Pembroke estate.
What do you mean?
He left.
It was that Richard Pembroke, wasn't it? And I storm off without hearing the answer.
He turned in his resignation.
No, I storm off, full of rage at that
William's
evil
just, like,
Richard Pembroke.
Holding the letter and just like tucks it away. It's like, this is for the gossip.
I know that evil Richard Pembroke did it, because that's the only way that Gregor would not be at the estate. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Charles.
Charles will go ahead and send a letter to Cuthbert. And it'll just, it'll just be no signature or anything. It just says, to Cuthbert. This is perfect time for this to get the letter. Perfect time, I say. Yet each man kills the thing he loves. By each let this be heard. Some do it with a bitter look. Some do it with a flattering word. The coward does it with a kiss. The brave man with a sword.
Poetry.
Oh, dang.
Poetry.
Ooh.
I need to know one thing about this letter, since it is not signed. Again, this is important. It's a very important 1816 question.
Oh.
What's the penmanship like?
Lots of curly bits.
So it is an upper class penmanship.
Yes.
That's all I needed to know. I have an anonymous upper class letter. Oh.
Any final letters? If not, we will take our break here.
I want to receive a letter.
Okay.
I want to receive a letter.
Oh, bless you.
I want to receive a letter from. I'm gonna spin that resolve token. I would like to receive a letter from my mom before she went into her coma. I don't know what she wants to say to me, but I want to know what she wants to say to me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I want a letter from my mom.
Sick!
This is what I want.
She's writing this. This is probably dictated like William's writing this as she dictates this letter.
Dearest Cuthbert,
Really, you want to use the word dearest?
yes, just William. We've talked about this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Continue, ma'am.
It's okay, my love. It is okay.
Oh, I knew it.
I have done wrong by both of you. I only ever wanted a better life. But as my days are, of course, counting low, and I start to see the sunset, know that I truly did love you both, and I want you to live your life and
happiness. And not like me, who just squandered my love and only found it too late to enjoy. William has much to tell you.
I do.
Yes, you do. You've seen love your mother, Victoria.
I didn't even know you're the mother. Slip this in there.
The actual drama.
And for the audience, who, just to remind you, she is 39 years old. Just, that is how old she is.
39.
That is how ancient. She's 39. That's it. She can barely survive.
Consumption really ages you.
It does.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. But I'm also noting that I bet her and William were having a lovely time. That's all I'm saying.
Well, William's like 87, isn't he? He's still young and virile. A young, virile 87.
He's probably like 45, but
Yeah.
he's working class,
saucy.
so he
Yes.
looks
Yeah, okay.
87.
Yeah.
Poverty ages you.
Poverty
Much like
ages you as well.
Ages you a lot.
So on that note, let's take our break here. We will return for a bit of a shorter novel section in the second half. And we will see.
What are we gonna
we'll
do?
see you in a few minutes. Yeah, we got a lot of
gosh.
stuff to just
Drama.
Oh my gosh. Mom! I shared the letter with my sister.
We're on break now? Okay.
nice. Oh man,
what are we
does
gonna
William
do?
have to tell them?
All the stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna spend the last of my resolve tokens to say that me and William hatched a plan to get us out of the poverty, and we found some extra funds that basically will rescue us.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like
think that
those,
makes sense.
I have two resolve.
Huh?
Oh, hot mic! Oh no! Hello, everybody, and welcome. I forgot that I am the person who talks. For a second, so I was like, and we're back. Oh, wait, me. Hi, everybody, we're back. I think we're gonna jump straight into the action because we have a fair amount we have to get through, narratively speaking, and then we will do all our reminders and shout-outs at the end of the episode. We gotta wrap up today because after our stream, here's your reminder for the reminder that will be happening later. Trooper!
I'm doing a stream.
Doing a stream.
I don't know.
It's doing a fundraising stream. An hour after this stream is a lecture on music history, specifically from largely from the civil rights era. And if you didn't know, he's a professor of musicology and is amazing, and so you should come watch it.
What I do?
So we got to wrap.
It's gonna be good music, folks.
Which I'm very excited. Which means, I think the first scene that wanted to be set is by Dearest Murgles here. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
So we find Edward walking across the heath. Is he riding? Is he riding across the heath on Windblade?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
As you ride, we see the dark gray clouds of British springtime forming above you. And as you get the wind, as you get closer and closer to wherever it is you're headed, you will tell us in a moment, the wind picks up. And then the rain begins. First, a soft drizzle, but then quickly a torrent as you are drenched. Even your thick woolen coat cannot protect you from this much rain as you make your way across the heath. Take it away.
I am riding to find Lady Ashby.
The younger.
The younger. Yes. Miss Ashby? Lady Ashby. Lady Florence Ashby. And I am soaked to the bone, cold. But I am resolved. So I suppose I am running through the heath towards her estate. Yes.
When you arrive there, do you knock? Where do you go to find Florence?
I believe I can find Florence in the garden. I believe she is in the garden. So I just naturally walk there. Are you in the garden, Florence?
I am in the garden. It's been a rough few days, so I'm just in the rain.
Yeah. I feel that. Hello, Lady Florence.
Edward? You're soaked, Edward. Did you walk here?
No, I rode Windblade, but it's all right. I must speak with you, if you will have me for a moment.
Yes, I don't think anyone's around, Edward.
Lady Ashby, I have been thinking quite a lot, and, I must tell you something.
What is it?
I believe I must do something, and it will take me far away from here, for the foreseeable future. And I do know that Florence, it's been very hard, and I know it's been hard for you too, and of course, I believe that when we made our promise so long ago, you were a different girl then. You were a girl, and I was a boy, and I do believe... Florence, I'm not good for you. I wasn't then, and I'm certainly not now, and it's not going to change, and I'm sorry. Because you know I love you.
Edward, are you
Most ardently.
leaving and breaking off our engagement? Edward, I know it's been hard with your family in town and the secrets
Florence,
we've kept, but...
Your life would be better with Charles. He can offer you so much more. My reputation is in complete tatters, and I must tell you, I'm going to speak with my father, and I do not think it's going to go well. So, I'm releasing you. I'm releasing you. You're free.
Edward, I didn't even ask to be released. I won't do this. I refuse.
I must make this decision for both of our goods, yours most especially. You deserve a better life than I could ever give you.
That's
We're foolish.
We are not foolish, Edward. We are in love. And maybe that's a little foolish, but whatever you're about to do seems far more foolish than our engagement.
Do not accept what I'm saying to you.
I refuse. There's no way. You can do whatever you need to do with your father, with me by your side, Edward.
Florence,
Yes.
I do not want you anymore. Please do not come find me. I must go now. I wish you the very most happiness in the world. I wish you all the happiness. And I walk away.
Oh, that hurt. I feel like we have some monologue tokens left.
I know we've already had Florence's monologue, but
Remember what I spend my monologue token on? Did I actually spend it?
Oh, I can
I
spend
don't think
mine.
you did.
I spend mine.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and take my monologue token.
Moi?
Yeah, Edward.
I walk away in the rain, and I get onto Windblade's back, and the rain is just pelting my face, and I know that I am crying, but it feels like rain. And I kick Windblade into the fastest gallop that he has. I will never forgive myself. But I had to do what I had to do. She deserves better. Her life would be it would be so destructive with me. I am unreliable. I come from a family of scandal and mess, and I am, that blood is in me, and I feel it all the time, and I fight against it constantly, and I will not take her down with me, never. She will hate me for the rest of her life. And maybe that's good, because it's better than her loving me. I would only bring her to ruin. So for now, this must be how it is. And perhaps one day, when she has children of her own, she'll understand the choice that I made for both of us. But for her most of all. And I just gallop.
Edward, you're so dramatic. just so. Woe is me. Does I realized Lexi just put food in her mouth. You can shake her. Does Florence do anything in that moment? Okay.
Eating her pay.
She just immediately orders all of the cakes from the kitchen.
I don't think that there is, at this moment, much that she can do but go inside. Is there anyone inside the house?
Cuthbert has left after he found out, after he learned incorrectly that Richard Pembroke fired Gregory. He left in a state.
I feel like your mother is probably being taken care of at the estate.
Oh, of course. We wouldn't be
So technically
some sort
she's
of
there.
I think then that still soaking wet Florence is going to walk through the estate, just like dripping water everywhere to where her mother is, I'm assuming still in a coma, and like lay her head at her feet and just cry.
At some point, like one of the maids will come be like, "Man, you need to get dressed. You'll catch your death of cold if you continue to wear your soaking wet.
Leave me.
Your mother wouldn't want it." And I think they keep like harassing you to come take your wet clothes off.
I do it, but I come back.
Yeah. Eventually you end up back in your nightgown, and take your warm bath. I can't have some cocoa, or warm milk. As your mother lies there in her coma. Well, there was some feelings. Edward, where are you headed?
I am headed back to my estate because I have a meeting with my father that I'm eager to arrive for. So
when you arrive at the estate, I think your father is in the office that he calls his own and you call your own.
Yes.
And, he's probably drinking some of your very fine alcohol and, reading a book, feet on the equivalent of feet on the table. But, not quite. Ah, Edward, you're returned. You soaking wet.
So Pembroke, I challenge you to a duel.
I'm sorry, what?
I challenge you to a duel. Will you meet me outside?
You clearly have had a bit too much to drink or something. Go change your clothes and have a bath or something. Come to your senses,
I assure you I'm entirely sober, and if you do not do it now, I'll shoot you where you sit.
As you say that, he sort of stands up behind the desk. Looks at you. Very well. Thought I raised you better than this.
You didn't raise me at all.
What weapons will it be? Well, actually, no, I suppose he's the one that's challenged. He's like, as the one that's challenged, duel with the sword.
Sword it is.
You are always too cowardly.
I've changed a lot since you left.
Seems.
I depart from the room to go and prepare. Get my sword. And
Stupid boy. With like all of the servants are like, a duel. Just like spreads around immediately. I feel like you probably have some sort of conservatory room or ballroom or something that would have a space that is more appropriate for a duel.
okay.
Cuthbert?
Yeah. I think I will arrive as the duel is going to start because I'm on my way.
Yeah, that does make sense. So the duel, you see your father. He is sort of prepared. I think there's a lot of servants around. And there's probably still some actors because they're staying at the estate. So they're like, oh my God, pass out the bar. And they just start passing out drinks. And they're like, a duel! I love to see it. Look at these quaint little British folk. And Scarlet is there. And we see Edward or Richard. He sort of looks over at you, like I almost imagine Edward. You're like by yourself in one corner, and then there's just like Richard's entourage of actors, and then the servants are sort of standing there, like very proper, not really sure what to do because technically he's still in charge, but they like you more. And we see Richard. He sort of pulls Scarlet closer. He gives her a kiss. It's quite improper. So he's got a little bit of lipstick and he's like, I'll see you in a moment, dear. And he takes his sword and he stands there. He's got a bit of swagger. He draws it and levels it towards you.
I'm standing there very properly, holding my sword. You come here, after all the work I've done, to fix what you broke. You take every last thing from me. Well, I've had enough. If you're going to take everything from me, you better be ready to take my life.
He looks at you. He sort of smiles. I'm proud of you. I've never seen this much spine or backbone in you in your 30 years.
Yes, well, I built that myself.
Nothing a little hardship didn't help with. If I'd made it easy on you, you wouldn't be the man you are today, would you?
You know what? You are correct, Father. I guess I can thank you for that. And then I lunge forward and start to fight him.
You know, and I think at that moment, the clashing of swords. And Cuthbert, is that when you arrive, as you hear coming from you, no servants come to answer the door. They are all watching the duel. So maybe you knock and you open, but no one answers. You open the door and sort of, because you're Cuthbert, you would go in anyway.
Oh yes, I would. Come on. I hear the sword play and I rush in. I rush towards the sound. And when I see the duel going on, I go, hold! And I am not wearing a smoking jacket. I'm wearing the most proper and appropriate clothing for a lord. I am Lord Cuthbert Ashby, and this is still my county. No duels happen without my say-so and permission. Edward, if I might have a word, and I'm carrying 2 swords in my hand.
Yes, Lord.
I think we see a moment where Richard wants to do something, but he's like, He
Too many people
might
watching.
not know you were disinherited.
No, because he's not
no,
been
I
here.
think he does, but he hasn't been here for a while because he was here when you left.
Yes, but I only got disinherited
left.
recently because I published a book of poetry under my name.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, he may not know.
Yep. And for all he knows, I got re-inherited. You don't know. You don't know.
Exactly, and that's why he's like,
Yeah.
all right.
Edward Pembroke, if I might.
Yes, sir.
I take him aside so that Richard cannot hear what we're about to say. Edward,
Yes.
you cannot do this.
I'm sorry, why not?
For many reasons. But the central one is that you could not live with yourself if you were to prevail in this duel. It would ruin...
I do not intend to live with myself, Cuthbert. I
Edward.
intend to live out the rest of my days in darkness and...
No. I shall not have that. You are meant to be with my sister. You cannot ruin all of the things that I've been plotting since I found out about your engagement. That will not be.
You found out?
Yes. I found out, and once I did, I knew that I had to do whatever I could to help my sister have happiness. And that means being with you. And if that means being with you, then I'm dead set on making sure that she has her happiness. And you,
Well, Cuthbert,
Edward?
I'm sorry to tell you, I've already broken off the engagement.
You did what?
I broke off the engagement. I'm sure she's already on her way to accept Charles' lovely offer and to have
are
a
you
wonderful,
talking
beautiful
about?
life.
Edward, my sister loves you dearly and desperately, as she's never loved anyone. I will not have that. You will make this up to her somehow. But I am making up to you that you're saving my life. You will not take part of this duel.
But I already started.
It is over. I'm a
But
Viscount.
Cuthbert,
No,
my pride, you understand. I told him that he had to kill me, and now
Edward.
if I walk away, it's very
Edward.
out of. Okay, yes.
Edward, rank beats your pride. As a noble, I order you to desist and leave.
I'm very uncomfortable, but yes, okay, fine.
And before you, they say, you make this up to my sister. Sacrifices
Yes, my
must
lord.
always be made.
Yes, my lord.
Good.
Gah!
I do say these British are quite more entertaining than I thought they would be.
I did miss it a bit, you know, dear. And he gives you like a little friendly sort of I feel like it's almost like a pinch, you know, I did miss it, so.
And once Edward leaves, I turn to Richard.
Sir?
Sarah. And now we shall resume. I did not think that you would even have a sword, so I brought one for you just in case. But it seems you do not need
Very
it.
thoughtful of you. I'm sorry, I understand why my son would choose to duel me, but can I at least know what reason you are asking to do so?
You are an embarrassment. You are tainted.
I say this in the kindest way, sir, but are you not as well?
And that is why no one will be ruined by this duel. Those whose reputations are blameless shall not be tainted by what is about to happen. Your son will be saved. You, however, shall not be. You may not know this, but I have been training with the sword my life, as is befitting my station.
Indeed, this seems awfully personal.
It
You're
is.
not simply here to clear my son's name,
No, I am not.
as if my death would do that. Or a duel could.
No, but it'll make me feel much better about you. You are a poisonous flower in this garden of Mayford. You should never have returned. And I have to say, I'm quite offended that you sully Miss Scarlet with your lecherousness. She deserves much better, as a matter of fact. This whole town does.
Dear, do you have him wrapped around your finger as well?
Not saying anything, my love. But this is silly. Let's just get out of here. I know this was a bad idea in the first place.
Mr.
We could just-
Pembroke, have you made your last will and testament?
Richard, sweetie, please, let's just get out of here. We do. This is just all
Is this a duel
hoo-ha
to the
anyways.
death?
Yes.
You do realize the position you put me in.
Perchance a similar position that you put me in when you expose my affair with your gardener, causing me to leave this country.
Richard, you did that.
I think Charles did, didn't he?
Charles told Richard,
Told Richard.
and then Richard made the big deal, and
I merely told your mother.
indeed, it was none of your affair, and you made it your affair.
How is it not my
Richard.
affair? He worked in my household.
His private life is none of your affair, neither is mine, but you made it. You caused my exile, and for that, I shall have my revenge.
Seems you are blaming me for actions you undertook.
Actions I undertook are actions that I may do as befitting my station. You are no
Very
noble.
lucky for you. You
Yes.
realize that there is no one here to witness this duel other than yourself. And should I kill a Viscount in a duel to the death,
It
No
will
one
go
will
very
believe.
poorly for you, I know. So I win either way.
Richard. I just.
then I will make
am I
you a
nobody?
deal. Unfortunately, my dear, yes, in this country. But to me, you are my everything. Then I will make you a deal. On behalf of my son, who has finally shown the backbone I only hoped he would show his whole life. Someone like you, I almost would have preferred.
Almost.
She's the sword. We say here today, and he turns around to the players, that there was a glorious duel and I tragically lost. You won. And in my last will and testament, I leave this estate, minus, of course, the fees required for proper burial and a retainer for me. I will leave back to America and never return. And you can make whatever claims about my reputation you wish.
Mr.
Perhaps
Pembroke,
you'll join us there. Your station doesn't suit you, sir.
my station suits me well enough. There's one more thing I need, if you were to abscond and leave, as you always do. An embarrassment of a father, barely fit for the name. You need to repair the Pembroke name, so that your son will not be burdened with your disregard. I
What do you
don't care.
propose?
I don't care that you run around with Americans, though they might. I care that you were never a father to that young man. I care that you come back only to leech from him, and that you know full well the weight of the gossip of this town, and you didn't care that it ruined his happiness. And you knew that there was no way he could stand up to you, because he is a good son. Without making it worse for not only himself, but for heaven's sake, his mother, your wife. It is an embarrassment. And so, I need a letter from you. A letter from you. Making amends. That I might read out to this town. It's not just the inheritance. It's never been about money. Your Edward made his money on his own in Prussia. He restored the entire fortune that you wasted away. And let me tell you, I know well about wasting away fortunes. I do it a bit
Yes,
on my
I've
own.
heard.
Yes. It's not about the money, it's about the reputation, it's about his name. You must restore his name so he can have some sort of happiness. You must make amends. You must apologize. You must whip yourself on the streets. And with that, I will let you out of this duel. A duel that you cannot win, even if you best me, which is unlikely.
I'm aware of that. Very well. I will let you drag me through the mud to clean the name of my son.
Good.
And then I will leave with the players. And we'll never return to Mayford again.
Or England,
Fine.
or Wales, or Ireland, or Scotland. Or the Isle of Man.
Now, you might be asking a bit much. I do quite like it up in Edinburgh. They have such a good festivals.
You know how it is here. If you arrive at all, people will speak.
Very well.
Good and fine. I shall take my leave then. Miss Scarlet, it was a pleasure to see you again.
Always, and as you know,
You have our address.
I do. And Miss Scarlet, taking her ear, I think you in America do such things as divorces, and I think you have dry cleaners. If you do divorce him, dry clean him for whatever retainer I give him at the end of this.
Such kind words. Thank you.
Good day. And I leave. On a horse.
So dramatic. We still don't know what happened to Gregory, though.
Well, I mean, I know he fired him.
Totally. Totally.
Uh-huh.
Whew, all right. Any other scenes that people need to have right now? It's going to be a while before Richard does anything.
No.
I mean, I don't know whether or not some people might want to have a conversation with Florence. I mean, I don't know who those people might be.
I'll just be here, crying on my mama's bed.
Yeah.
I'm riding on Windblade, folks.
I love that you named her Windblade.
Windblade.
Windblade. Across the heaths. Tears still streaming down my face, but I'm a man, so I'm wiping them away. And I arrive to the estate. Knock on the door.
Eventually someone, William probably comes and opens it.
It's always William.
I can go get the door.
No,
William.
you are a lady. You do not get
I'm
the
too
door.
busy crying. I can't hear the door.
William,
Mr. Pembroke.
may I please see Lady Florence Ashby, please? It is urgent.
I'm so sorry. She has asked for absolutely no visitors. She is feeling quite.
I'm very sorry. Yes, I'm very sorry, William. And I like push past him and just start huffing it.
But Mr. Pembroke, you can't.
Yes, watch me.
Mr. Pembroke, no, please come back.
I start just opening doors. Is she in here? Is she in here? Florence!
Can we do
Lady
something really
Florence.
bad? Can we do something super bad?
What?
Like really, really bad?
Yeah.
Right before he gets to her?
No.
Or when he gets to her? When he sees her?
Uh-huh.
So, what if, because you know there's this rumor that's out there that Edward's going to fight his father to the death.
Uh-huh.
That is a rumor. What if the constable has heard that the duel happened and thinks that he killed his father and comes to arrest him right when Edward sees Florence and is about to go and like...
I just like slow-mo, like slide
Yeah.
in front of the door and open it. Florence.
The constable! You're under arrest, sir.
Fling the door
Excuse me.
open and so
For
on.
what? For what?
For the murder of Richard Pembroke in an unsanctioned duel.
But we didn't duel. We didn't duel. I left. I stopped
No.
dueling. I came to tell Florence I love you. I love
We
you,
received
Florence.
report of his death from the estate of the Pembrokes.
But the last
All of
person
the
who was there.
witnesses there said that he was murdered. You died.
I didn't do it, Florence. I didn't do it. I promise.
Look, I'm just doing my
Florence.
job, and he just starts dragging you out.
Florence, I didn't do it.
Don't hurt him.
I love you, Florence. I'll come back for you.
What is happening, William?
I also want to spend a resolve token. Because oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to spend another resolve token just to like stir up some more stuff right here at the end. Like as
Because I just imagine like some servant like ran off before the duel between Richard and Edward was done
totally.
and didn't realize, but then heard that maybe he died and then just assumed that like Edward had done it.
Yeah. And there was just, false reports, and the police officer was probably told, like, go see what happened, and just was like, oh yes, arrest him. Excellent. Bring him in for questioning. Just a big old misunderstanding.
Big old misunderstanding.
That I also want to use the Ashbys have some debts. I'm going to just spend that resolve token. That as Edward is being dragged out of the estate, we see William talking to two sort of ominous-looking individuals with a carriage there, or like a cart to load things into, and they just start going around. They're like, oh yes, this, and they just start putting things into the cart, as if perhaps they are debt collectors.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And Florence sees this as well.
Yeah, as you like run out, and they're like, excuse me, ma'am, and they just like take something off of you, we're going to need that necklace that's worth at least £30.
Oh, and I think Edward does get that resolve token.
I do, yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
The Ashbys have some debts. I think this one can go to Florence, probably, because
I think
you're
it
the
should
one.
go to both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like we should both get a resolve token there, because that's bad for us.
Can I, since Cuthbert left, can I spend a resolve token to have Cuthbert arrive as they are dragging away Edward and the people that are showing up to take our belongings?
Sure. Yeah. Cuthbert can arrive then. I think Cuthbert, what you gonna do?
Exactly when do I arrive? I need to know the exact timing in slow motion.
I'm crying on the porch. A necklace is being ripped off my neck. Edward is being put into the back of a carriage, screaming probably.
I love you!
Cuthbert, tell them!
Cuthbert, good man.
What is going on here? What is going on?
Excuse me. Yes, we're here to collect things to pay the debts. So.
No, what is going on with Edward Pembroke? And what debts?
And his father. Yes, indeed. We're taking him away, and the constable puts him in the back of the carriage and closes it.
No, constable.
I'm sorry, sir, but
unhand him.
Rank or no, you can come and to get him, but I have to take him to the station. File a
What
report.
for? For what for?
For murder.
Murder whom?
Yeah.
Murder for whom?
You're not part of the investigation.
It wasn't me.
It was me! I did it!
What?
Pulls on the reins of the horses.
And
I'm sorry, what?
It was a duel.
I don't know what laws around duels are.
There were still duels. In 1815, there was a duel that just happened. Apparently, lords get into duels all the time. I was looking up on Wikipedia. In the UK.
Not all surprised. Not all surprised.
Yeah. In the 19th century Irish statesman Daniel O'Connell took part in a duel in 1815. Just 1 year earlier, following the death of his opponent, John Destaire, O'Connell repented and from that time wore a white glove in his right hand when attending mass as a public symbol of his regret. And despite numerous challenges, he refused to ever fight another duel.
Wow, there we go. I think in this instance you will need to spend a resolve token.
And I will.
To do this.
Yes, I will.
But okay, I kind of want you to do that, except at that moment, the debt collectors are there, right? One of them, there's two of them, one of them's a lawyer, and they're like, excuse me, but you were not a lord. You could not have sanctioned this duel.
I am indeed. I've been reinstated.
No.
Resolve token. Resolve token.
Who was the lawyers? Who were your lawyers?
I think actually that was
Pennyworth
Cumber.
and
Cumber Woodbridge.
Yes.
Oh.
Because
yes.
we.
I thought Cumber Woodbridge. Cumber Woodbridge was our doctor,
Not that,
wasn't
no, he's
he?
the lawyer. He's the lawyer.
He's the
got a
lawyer.
Lawyer and doctor.
Yeah, he's the doctor lawyer.
Well-rounded.
I will spend a resolve token to say that Mom signed that forms before she went into coma.
He didn't get them though.
She did, because he sent the lawyer sent the letters to the mom.
I did get a paper to get it signed.
You did, yeah. She got
Yeah.
them signed, but he wouldn't have gotten them.
Yeah,
he
but
wouldn't have gotten the signed papers if she didn't sign them.
I will send the resolve token say she
William
did
still
sign
has
them.
it.
I will spend the resolve token say that she signed them.
That's up
Although-
to you. That's up to Bonsai to decide. Would the Viscountess have signed the papers to reinstate Cuthbert?
Yes.
That's my resolve token. I have no resolve tokens.
Okay.
I spent 2.
Viscountess Victoria Ashby gains the resolve token.
Oh, do I get it?
Well, then clearly we
Now, I'm
need
going to say that, just for the record, Cuthbert is bluffing, right? Because he doesn't actually know if it all went through or not, but he's going to fake it till he makes it.
The constable standing there is like, I'm very sorry, but there's a lot going on here, so what I think I need to do is take both of you to the station, not under us, but merely for questioning, so that we can get all of this ironed out with your solicitor here to understand whether or not this was a sanctioned duel or a murder, and which one of you did it.
First off, it was not a murder, it was a sanctioned duel, because I, as the Viscount, sanctioned it. As my mother's currently in a coma, that
your
lies to me.
solicitor here is saying, I'm
And it was I. Florence, it will be all right. If you don't mind, Constable, if you would let this man go, I'll come with you. It would be my duty to do so.
Very well. Come with me. You can ride in the front. We just need to get this all straightened out. I just need to see the paperwork to know that this was sanctioned, and I can sign and sign off on everything.
I grab Cuthbert I'm getting out of the vehicle, I
you out.
suppose. I just quickly grab him by the arm and I go, is he really dead?
Edward, you must take care of my sister in the estate while I'm away.
I will do my best.
Florence,
Please let me know if there's anything I can do.
I will never be a burden to you. Florence, I don't know when I'll return.
Really, assuming your solicitor can get you, it's like you're saying this really dramatically. The constable's like, assuming your solicitor gets me the papers this afternoon, really, it'll take maybe an hour. Make
Florence,
sure you have a cup of tea while you're waiting.
Florence, do me a favor. It's important.
Yes.
Because this you must do for me.
Does
I
it
lean
involve
in.
the worms, Cuthbert?
And I lean in so that no one else can hear. Do not let Edward leave this estate for the next 24 hours. It is dreadfully important.
Cuthbert, the scandal.
It doesn't matter. No matter what, he cannot leave this estate.
Oh, all right, then if he must stay, but he broke up with me, Cuthbert.
And just in case, take this letter.
Okay.
But don't open it unless something happens to me. It's important.
No, all right,
Your-
please.
Florence,
What?
your happiness depends on this.
Be safe, Cuthbert. I love you.
I love you too. I always have. You're my very best sister, even if you're older than I am. And I give her a
The
wink.
only sister you have, so.
Also
it's-
true.
Yes.
Remember, the worms go in, the worms go out tonight. And now it seems for plots, the time is right.
It's the worms.
Constable?
All right, let's go. Sorry, it's a bit damp. It's because it's still raining and he's on the outside in his, galoshes. They take you to the tiny, it's just an office. And they sit you down and get a cup of tea. And I think at that point, the solicitor is going to be there. Well, I don't have a copy of the papers because your mother never sent them back. So he turns to Florence. Sorry about the whole. We're still debts to be collected. I have, but first, apparently your brother has now been reinstated. Would you know where your mother keeps her paperwork?
I believe William would know where the paperwork is. If I do not have it, do I have the paperwork? I don't have that paperwork, right? No.
No.
My only hope
Would
is
William know where it is?
Well, there.
Viscountess
did write it.
Ashby.
I just feel like there needs to be an horrible resolve token to make this even worse. I'm just saying.
I will go ahead and offer Lady Florence that the papers are actually, he's going to have to spend some time to find the papers because William, in his distraughtness, has misplaced them within the manor.
Oh, so I have to go scavenging for the papers, but they exist.
Yes.
All right, I accept.
Okay.
So you're going to be there for a while, Cuthbert.
I am. That's the more drama.
So yes, exactly. Cuthbert will be in jail for a couple of days.
As you have to turn this manor upside down to find the signed papers that have reinstated Cuthbert as the heir.
And maybe even the debt collectors have it, because maybe it was in a box that, like, the debt collectors picked up. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Could be anywhere in our 9 million square foot mansion. I'll be here for years.
I'll be there with you.
Perfect. Just kidding, I hate you.
It's going to be so awkward having the two of you in the same estate.
24 hours. He has to stay there.
24 hours. All right. I think that can resolve this novel section. We've got a lot of stuff to deal with next week. But we still do need to do some reputation and some epistolatory. Someone hasn't had a monologue. We've had a Florence Edward. Have we had a Cuthbert monologue?
I will spend for a Cuthbert monologue.
All right. Then it is Cuthbert's monologue as you are riding away, or perhaps as you're waiting in quite comfortable accommodations. But they're treating you well. But
comfortable for a Viscount? I mean,
it's true. It's rough in it. It's super rough in it. But they're so awkward because they're like, you could be a Viscount, but also you could not be a Viscount. It could have been totally fine, but it could have been a problem. And so they're all really uncomfortable.
Like, was it like totally fine, or was it murder? Or was it like an honorable duel amongst nobles, or was it not? I don't know if I'll ever see Gregory again. And I suppose it doesn't really matter. I've always lived by my own desires and what I wanted. But doing so hurt so many people that I loved. I've always wanted to be the Viscount, not because I wanted to be a Viscount, but just because I wanted to do whatever I wanted, with no repercussions. But there are other people. My sister, Edward, even Gregory. All the things that I've done for myself, it's time to stop. If I have to ruin myself in order so that the goodness within Edward can shine and be seen and recognized, and so that my sister herself can have the happiness that she wants, I will let myself be ruined for that. I mean, I've ruined myself for less. That was more fun. But I will do it. I don't care what happens in the end. My sister has the letter from Richard Pembroke admitting everything. The letter that will reinstate, that will give Edward his reputation back. It will be all right for her. And it will be all right for him. And if it's all right for those two, then so be it. I don't know if... Maybe this will be... I don't know where Gregory is now. Fired for my fault again. But I hope that if he learns what I've done, that he will finally see me as somebody worthy of his love. That he might forgive me for abandoning him as a coward all those years ago. I know he won't forgive me, but perhaps he'll like me more. I suppose this is what it's all about, this good society. Doing things for other people and not just for yourself. And if that's what it is, And I think I've learned my lesson. Oh. This tea isn't even very good.
Yeah, they were like, excuse me, would you like some more tea? We have some crumpets as well.
Well, crumpets are 1 day old. And then my inner monologue says one more time, oh, the suffering that I must go through. 1 day old crumpets. Tea that is not even oolong. How could I even survive? This is what prison is like, I know. Well, I suppose I'll have to make do with this torturousness. Yes, Constable, I will have those crumpets. And I eat them and I think,
I love Cuthbert.
did they only use a half a stick of butter on these crumpets?
They did use. It's old. They barely used any
dirty.
butter.
How dare they?
How dare they?
They use lard for the other half.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Did they use lard instead of butter?
Ugh.
The paw.
All right, well, that brings us into reputation. So who do we think gained or lost some reputation here, if anyone?
I lost reputation.
Did you?
I feel like
We
definitely.
did gain a negative reputation tag? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think it was?
I think, oh man. Violent?
Yeah. Maybe aggressive.
Or hot-headed. Because you didn't
Oh.
actually punch your father. Hot-headed would probably be the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Although I would also say I think I should gain a positive because I, while we're all very sad about it, broke up with Florence for her own
did.
good
That
because
was-
I knew I
that
was
was-
trash. So
Yep.
I think I will say honorable.
Yeah.
Oh, selfless. Honorable.
Selfless.
I think selfless.
Honorable.
Yeah.
Like both.
Selfless. We'll go with
Sure you
selfless.
Sure.
All right. So that triggers, though, you have the hot-headed now as your third negative tag. So a great offense or fracture. Do you piss off someone important?
Oh, I would like to say fracture with Florence.
Oh, that's gonna make it a super awkward 24 hours.
Good.
Sure is.
Good.
Sure is.
Yep.
She's a little
Yep.
vengeful.
Ooh, who's ready for angst tomorrow?
Yeah, I
or
worked
that
so
next
hard to bring it
time?
back together, but no, it's only episode 4.
No, we still have 2 episodes left. We gotta keep things riled up for at least one more episode before we can get happy ending.
Keep things wild up. I feel like that's not gonna be the problem. that's not the problem.
Reining it in time is probably. Okay. All right. Anyone else gain or lose?
I think I got a negative trait for embarrassing myself and for admitting that I've been in a secret engagement
Oh, my sister.
Yeah, that's
with
fair.
somebody below me. And then for like crying on the porch in front of a bunch of
Emotional.
Yeah, we still have like
amazing.
debt collectors to deal with.
Oh, debt
Yeah.
collectors. Debt collectors. We need to find the paperwork, peoples. We need to find that paperwork. That's all.
It's a treasure hunt.
But the problem is we have debt collectors. That leaves space for so many shenanigans.
So many shenanigans.
Ooh, that's a good song. So many shenanigans. And by the way, my little couplet is indeed an iambic pentameter. I just want you to know.
It is. Okay. What's the negative tag you think you got?
I want it's like 2 things.
A mess?
Is it
I don't know
maybe
if it's-
hysterical?
Hysterical is good one. I was about to say, it's
hysterical.
both secretive and emotional, and I think hysterical, it just all around covers
Is
all
your
of it.
uterus just going all over your body?
Wandering around your body.
Just
Nobody
jumping,
knows.
jumping around.
Is it
my
the time
head.
period where you're supposed to shake the hysterics out of the women?
Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
think that's where you're supposed to use the vibrators, right?
That's probably true.
The
yes.
doctors come in.
Yeah, the doctor.
The doctors with the crank.
And that doctor's awfully hot. Hey, hot doctor, I have hysteria again.
The Welsh doctor?
No, not him, a different one.
Oh, well, you know,
Lawyer
he's probably
doctor.
quite attractive. You know, I like to imagine there's Cumberwood Bridge and Woo Bridge.
Wood
like,
Cumber Bridge?
Or something. Yeah, Wood Cumbridge or something. Like, yes.
Bridger,
Lawyer.com, Bridget.
Bridger Cumberwood.
There's the doctor and there's the solicitor, and they're technically two different people.
You know how people always missay Benedict Cumberbatch's name? That's what
Yes.
it feels like every time we say that.
That is.
And that is the point. And that is the entire point.
Bandersnatch Cumberbear.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes. Do you get a positive one, my dearest Flo?
I don't think I did anything positive. Well, you know what? I think that Florence did put aside her harsh judgment and her pride to tell her brother that she loved him, which she has not done probably in a very long time. So, I don't know what that would be called. Fucking
Loving.
just a human.
Overcoming one's ego.
Maybe it's not a positive tag. Maybe it's just some character growth.
Yeah, just a little growth. I don't know if that's what everybody should be doing. So,
Some basic human decency. Okay. Charles, I don't think was in the second half, so no gain or loss there. And Cuthbert.
I think I had to spend my loyal to get to the duel on time. That
Probably,
positive reputation
yes.
tag, so I think I spent that. So I feel like I think that Charles did put duty over desire by doing that thing that society wants you to do, and he certainly also, I think, triggered his peerage one, right, which is made a sacrifice or deny your desires to uphold the superiority of your rank. And I think I acted also in beating society's conventions despite considerable hardships. And I think I also acted in service of duty and morality in a way that compromised my desires. I think I did all of those things. Yeah, I think I did. I also... So this is weird. I feel like... So, acted in contravention of society's conventions. I don't think I did. Acted on desire in a way that compromised your duty or morality. I don't think I did. Or allowed others of a lesser rank to talk down to you or treat you as an inferior. I don't think I did. However, I could still see getting a negative tag, reputation tag anyway. Because, I'm being held for perhaps murder.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not in those criteria, but I could see getting both. I could see getting the positive for meeting the criteria for positive, but I could also see getting a negative because of,
behaved rather scandalously.
I think that technically I didn't, but since nobody is quite certain or not, and also the estate's getting repossessed, and also I'm being held by the constables, which is never a good thing. Yeah. So I feel like even though it's not in the stats, I think I should get one anyway.
Ooh, what would it be called though? Scandalous?
Murderer?
I think it would be murderer. Like possible murderer.
Murderer?
Murderer. And then for my positive, I think I would get something like reformed or lordly. I don't think he's actually reformed, but I'm talking about what people in the village might say. What do you think?
I think lordly makes sense.
Yeah. And so I think I want revenge. And okay, how's this? Are you ready? This is terrible and it's really bad. Because I hate myself. I love it. How about if Gregory turns against me and spreads rumors and malice behind my back?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if he'd spread rumors and malice behind your back. I don't know if that's like something that he would do.
Fair. Oh, I suppose I could fracture with him then.
Yeah.
Where he, yeah.
I think that makes sense. Where he definitely won't talk to you.
Yeah, so I will fracture with Gregory.
Maybe it's because he fell off a carriage and has been drowning in a river or something.
We don't know which one. Someone fell off the carriage into a river.
I know, right?
Who did? Who done fell?
And I think I would like to choose in closest confidence for my positive. But can I ask? It says I have to choose a connection, though. But I want it to be my sister. If my sister would have me.
Yeah.
Sister, would you be in closest confidence with me?
What, Florence?
Yes.
Florence?
Lawrence?
Hello, I'm so sorry. I couldn't find literally. Yes, hello.
Would you be willing to be in closest confidence with me, wherein you are devoted to me and believe I can do no wrong?
Oh.
That might be a big ask.
Do I know what you've done for Edward, yes or no? If I knew what you had done for Edward, I think the answer would be yes.
Ooh, but how would you
Otherwise,
hear
I
about
think
it?
I would be worried that you would be falling back into your old ways. The only way I think I would be able to find out is if I looked at the letter that you gave me.
Yeah, which I imagine you would.
Probably.
Because you are that way. Come on. Right?
Yeah.
All right. We have such a relationship, you and I. First, we're fractured.
Such a good relationship.
Now we're in closest
So
confidence.
good. Frank, Frank.
Oh, goodness. Don't let me down.
I don't know. I might go away. But I might send off to Australia. You don't know.
I thought it was New York.
Well, that's where I might like to go, but I'm just saying they might ship me off to Australia for murder.
That's true.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Edward! I still... Cuthbert? Edbert? Think about a ship name.
Edbutt.
Edbutt?
Edbutt. Edbutt.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, I think because we need to wrap up on time today, did everyone cover their reputation? Then I
Yes.
think what we will do is we will start with the epistolary next time. So we will not do our letter writing this time. So you get to think upon the letters that you will write, knowing what has occurred. And if worst case scenario, we just end up missing a phase of letters, like that's okay. I think this is probably one where maybe the least amount of time would pass because it's only been 24 hours. So we can chat about it in the Discord. But with that, let us sign off. We'll talk about where you can find all of these wonderful humans on their various streams. Because, yeah. All right, I'll start and then we're gonna end with Trooper because you got the announcement. I'm Random Tuesday. You can find me anywhere at Random Tuesday, and you can definitely find me over in Trooper's stream in an hour.
Yes.
Bonsai.
Hi, I'm Bonsai Baby. You can find me here on Bonsai Baby. I do woodworking and stuff, and then also I may be perusing Trooper's stream tonight. Oh.
No pressure.
Murgles.
Hello, I'm Murgles. I implore you all to go and watch Trooper stream. I don't know if I will be there because it is 3 a.m. for me. However, I'm sure it's going to be. It's fine. I'm nocturnal. Wow. It adds to the brooding, you know?
Yes.
It's like already very nighttime.
Dark circles. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Edward so much.
So I don't know. I hope that you guys figure out a recording, maybe, perhaps, because I would love to be there. I don't know if I can be there today, but in 1 hour, everyone, Trooper is streaming, so go do that. Thank you.
Lexi.
Hi, my name's Lexi Games, and if you would like to catch me doing anything, you can catch me in an hour in Trooper Stream. Thank you very much for listening. ACAB, love you so much. Be good.
So, hey everybody.
Tell us your stream.
I'm wearing multiple layers of clothing and it's very hot. That is true. I'm here. You can find me. I'm also a music history professor on the side. And I suppose this is the side, but whatever.
Like your main job.
Okay, that is my main job. In 1 hour and 54 minutes, you will find me on my channel, Trooper SJP, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, where I will be doing a 3+ hour music history lecture on music and the civil rights movement. And there'll be like Nina Simone and Marian Anderson and all sorts of really great stuff. And it's to raise money for the Bail Project, which is helping out protesters who've been arrested, but also people get arrested all the time who are innocent and cannot afford to pay to get out of prison, and they end up staying like 2 years in jail before their trial happens. And so this is a way to help people who really should not be hanging out in jail before their trial get out. So this will be a helpful thing. And so be there in an hour. I mean, I think I'll be there. I mean, I probably will be there.
I hope so. Thank you so much.
Can you imagine you just don't show up?
Just like, nah. Just like hit play, empty camera stream.
Yeah, leave. Like we see him walk away.
That'd be
Thank you
performance
so
art.
much, everybody, for being here. Take care of yourself. Stay safe if you are out there protesting. If you can, click on the link below for information on places to donate to support Black Lives Matter. There's a link in chat as well as down below in the description. And we'll see you all in an hour. Well, I mean, not here, but you know. Bye, everybody.